Aha! It says we are live. Whee! There we go. So then, good evening. Well, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. To this, another endurance race, and this time it is the Catalunya track. 80 laps around here, pretty much a 2.4 hour endurance race, and I'm your commentator as always, Savvy, and joining me is someone that's brand new, making his debut in the booth. Well, unfortunately he couldn't be racing, but he decided to take up commentating with me. It's ARC Inman. How you doing?
Hello, it's good to be making my debut in the booth. New experience.
Yeah, so don't get nervous, get excited when there's close racing, get excited, you know, you'll be fine. So
Yeah.
Catalunya, you raced at this track before in the season finale. So
Yeah.
what did you think of this? What did you think of this track?
So the track itself, I love the track. I'm not really that good at it, but I still love it. Very difficult to pass, so I think most of this race is going to be done on strategy or done on like a tyre advantage or something. But yeah, it's a track that takes a lot of skill, so drivers going to have to be.
Well, just when you said skill there, DD Ranger just binned it there going into Sabadell, so there you are. Yeah.
Commentator's curse is starting already.
Not a good start to your commentating career there, Inman.
Yeah.
This is a fun racetrack. I think everyone will probably agree on me in this one, but looking at DD Ranger now, he's coming into the sector which it's pretty much killed this racetrack, hasn't it? This last sector, it's just so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the track designers did or what they were thinking when they put them corners in, but obviously it was down to safety grounds. But no, it just kills the rhythm, and especially this final chicane in this game. If you get that final chicane wrong, like especially the first turn, ride the curve too much or whatever, gets slightly offline, then it just ruins the whole final sector, ruins the whole lap, and ruins your entry onto the next lap as well. So you're going to have to be very, very careful there in order to not ruin 2 laps.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, we'll go through how the race settings is. So it's a 2.4 hour race, 80 laps around the circuit de Catalunya. The drivers have to use mediums or one set of hard compound tyres, is that correct?
Yeah, so the regulation is just that they have to use one set of hards, so you can put it on, do a lap, take it off. But yeah, other than that, it's free choice of mediums.
And also, you can pick from any car at all in the GR3. Yeah, GR3 cars that we're racing with. You can use any car, so you can either use the 4GT, the big Aston car, and any of the. Well, I know Alex is driving the Mazda Vision car, so we're not going to be seeing him because that's a loud engine, and I don't want to make your ears bleed all the time. So, yeah, and tyre wear was it? What was the tyre wear and fuel wears? What was it? Time 1 and time 3, is it?
Yeah, so tyres at 1 and fuel at 3. So the fuel will be running out a lot quicker than the tyres will be.
So we're just about getting qualified underway. There's about a minute to go. So we'll go through the drivers then in this lobby, because there'll be some people that unfortunately will make it into the to the main event. So we've got DD Ranger in his trusty Chevrolet Corvette, the Furious 2 driving the Beetle, and then you got all the other cars in the pit lane. Wile E. Coyote, which has got such a striking livery, very, very colourful. It's like a comic strip, really, that livery. Very, very smart indeed. Chosen TV has just come back in, and he's driving the McLaren F1. Yeah,
brave choice.
Yeah, very brave choice. I think if for those people that's driving the 4GT or the McLaren, they're brave. Even though they are very quick on the streets, it does drink up a lot of juice than the other cars, so to speak, isn't it? Something like that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think as well, because the brakes on some of those cars, especially the McLaren and the Aston Martin, the brakes on those are awful, and that's why they're banned in the main championship. But it's a one-off event, so it's free for all with those cars.
Yeah. So just seeing here the original J-Boy, he's driving a Toyota Supra. I can't mind what year that car is from, unfortunately, so I can't help you on that one there, Inman. Goof driving ART Goof. Now, you did say he's changed his name, but I can't mind what his previous name was. Oh, we don't know what his previous name was. So he's driving the Porsche 911. You've got Wiley driving the Lambo. Thunderpig also driving the Lambo, so good luck to them. Then Fubar is driving the Ford GT. So you got 3 brave guys there going for very risky cars, really. Furious 2, like I says, why not Sean driving the Jag? And we got Antibiotic. There he is driving the Peugeot. We've got 10 people in this lobby, but how many's in your lobby?
So we've got 8 at the moment, but I think we're expecting a couple more. So I'll run through who we've got. So we've obviously got Hallex. He's in the Mazda RX division. So we'll be hearing him from a mile off. We've got Nico in the Audi with a very, very striking, what looks like a ACC livery or something like that, or a Blancpain livery. Very, very nice. We've got ACZ Alex Gaming in the Carly Rae Jepsen livery Porsche, as usual.
That's brave.
Yeah. Best livery on the grid, I think. We've got Alex Tenera in the Subaru WRX. So
that car's very grippy.
Yeah.
On tyre-wise, it's quite grippy.
I think, when was it? In season 4 at Brands? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Pim. It was Pim.
Yeah, drove
Pim.
that, and
yeah, and he was in the lobby.
Well.
Yeah, he was in the lobby C qualifying, and he got up to like 4th place in qualifying.
Wowzers.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think with the twisty nature of this track, he could be onto something there. So quality's about to start, so I'll just run through the rest. We've got Darth in the Porsche, Kevlaro in the Aston,
and that's a nice livery too. So I hope you get to see Kev in that.
Yeah, and we've got, I believe, Kofi is in the Beetle. So yeah, so quality's just started now. So drivers are going to be making their way onto the track for 10 minutes of laps with the race settings. So normally with the Group 3 championships we would set tyres and fuel back to 0, and it would be just a straight 5 laps, 6 laps, however long, but this time it's fuel and tyres on, so that's something to be wary of. Lap times will be getting quicker throughout the session because they're depleting fuel, but yeah, 10 minutes, set the fastest lap you can.
Looks like everyone is going for the medium tyres, the quicker tyre, because either the mediums or the hards they get to racing. So I don't know how. I
can already see Kevlaro doing some fuel burning in my lobby, taking the most of the opportunity.
That was on it. That was always a strategy that always got you quite far up in, like, when we had the tyre and fuel wear in qualifying, because we didn't have that in season 5, but in season 4 backwards we did.
That's precisely the reason they got rid of it, I think, to stop fuel burning. But it's happening here. I don't think many people are doing it, but no, there seems to be a train forming.
Right, so we're just waiting for Wiley to change the tyre. We're back to times 1. Why not? Sean has left the room. Hopefully he'll come back in. So we've got qualifying underway in the lobby B. We will get to see lobby A. It's just we want to see these other car drivers make a name for themselves and see who will, make it into the main event. So it looks like the Furious 2 is about to get going, followed by the original J-Boy, Fubar and Thunderpig in the Lambo, followed by Antibiotic in the Peugeot. It looks like Furious 2 is just holding a bit back as they make their way in towards the first chicane, Elf chicane. This track is I think the main priority for these drivers is that they've really got to look after the left fronts, though, don't they? Because it's notorious for left tyres to cause a lot of wear, because you got like that long turn 3, then you got this corner here, Repsol, that they're going towards, another long right hander, and then you got Sabadell turn 12, which is also another longish but slowish right hand corner.
Also got Campsa, turn 9, just before the first of the penalty burn zones. That's a horrible corner. People
Yeah, it's a blind corner too. Very blind corner.
Yeah. And it's very, very easy to go wide on the exit there and ruin the lap or pick up a 1.5 second penalty.
Yeah, there are 2 penalty burns on this track, as Inman was saying there. First was at Campsa, where we just seen Thunder Pig now, and at the start finish straight after New Holland turn 16. So let's just have a look then at Thunder Pig, see how he will fare around this third sector of the track in that Lamborghini. Because I was looking back at the stream, in the practice, and seeing that Wiley really struggled to hustle that Lambo around this part of the track right here, the RACC chicane. And looks like no one's fuel burning, I don't think, in this lobby, but looks like Thunder Pig setting a lap time, as well as Fubar and the original J-Boy. Oh no, talking to the devil, Furious is fuel burning, so he's doing the same strategy as Kevlaro. DD Ranger has gone by too. There's a look at Wiley. Hope we get to see Wiley in the main event, because I really do love that livery. So any times...
Such a good livery, that one.
Yeah, oh it is like...
Yeah, we've got some times coming through in Lobby A at the moment. So Hallex is currently on pole with a 44.4, which is very, very quick. That's on a full tank of fuel as well. And
not fuel bound too.
Yeah, just went straight out. Did catch a little bit of slipstream from Alex Taniera at the end of that lap, but nevertheless a grand effort. We've got Rascal, who's done a 45.2, followed by Kofi just half a tenth behind. Then 3 tenths back is Alex Gaming, so 45.6. Alex Taniera 45.6. Nico 45.8. Kevlara 46 dead, and Darth, I think he made a mistake on that lap. We've got a 46.7, so he'll be hoping for an improvement this time by.
Right, so we're going to see the first people going across the start finish line in Lobby B. Still looking at Thunder Pig, making his way towards Sabadell, turn 12. And then into this stupid complex of corners here.
We're gonna be slamming those corners all.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yep. So here comes Thunder Pig then, flat out there through New Holland. You were mentioning before the stream started there that New Holland could be a corner to talk about, because some cars can take it flat out, some cars don't. Thunder Pig crosses the line 46.8 in the Lambo. He's still fastest. Antibiotic goes second, 6 tenths slower than Thunder Pig. Fubar third. No, Goof goes now into third position as Thunder Pig runs wide at Elf Chicane, but Goof has managed to stick his Porsche second now. No, Wiley Coyote's gone up to second now. He is now pretty much a quarter. He was 500 slower than Thunder Pig's time, but a quarter of a second ahead of ART Goof. Antibiotic is 4th. Fubar 5th. Chosen in the McLaren is now 6th. Oh no, Chosen's in the Mercedes. Alright, so Chosen has just made a last-ditch attempt there to scrap the McLaren and gone into the Mercedes. And he's 6th fastest.
I think that's a wise decision there.
yeah, Chosen, you've chosen well, really. So far he's 6th fastest, but he can improve. He's 3 tenths up in the first sector. Still got quite a bit to go to catch up to Fubar's time, because he's 1.3 seconds behind. DD Ranger 7th. The original J-Boy in 8th, and the Furious 2, who looks like he's not fuel burning now, and looks like he's gonna do a couple of laps, I reckon, in that Beetle, but he's not yet set a time just yet though. But it looks like he's pushing right now to do a couple of maybe 2, maybe 3 fast laps here, so we'll keep an eye out then on what Furious can do. Meanwhile, there's like a whole... there's a whole gaggle of cars there just making their way towards the New Holland glass corner there. Fubar's gone ahead now of this battle, but does he improve? No, he doesn't. Thunder Pig slightly improves now to nearly a set. Oh no, sorry, Antibiotic goes to the pole now. In the... what car is he driving? I forget now. That is the... That's the Peugeot, yes, that is, yeah. Oh no, ART Goof has now got his Porsche into the pool. 146.6 now, so into the 46s now. Antibiotic 2nd, Thunder Pig 3rd, Wiley 4th, Fubar 5th. What's happening then in Lobby A?
So Darth has put his first representative time in. It took him a while to do so, but he's got up to 4th place, just a couple of tenths behind Kofi with a 45.5. Apart from that, there's not been much movement. So we've got lap times ranging from Alex, who's now done a 44.2, to Kevlaro, who's done a 45.6.
I'm just looking here.
And Alex is still going purple.
But that's no surprise. Just looking at Furious, he's gone purple in Sector 2, going in towards Le Creuset, turn 10. Now into 11, and in Sabadell, turn 12. So keep an eye out on Furious, because at the moment he could be setting a low 46 in that Beetle. Just runs a little wide out of Sabadell. Hopefully it hasn't lost him too much time. Now into Europe car, turn 13, and then into the RECC chicane. Oh, he's just mistimed the brake in there. That would have cost him a couple of attempts. That might cost him actually the fastest time. And let's see what he can do in that Beetle. Has that really cost him a lot of time? He's not going to be pole, is he? No, and he's lost a hell of a lot of time. He lost about 7 tenths alone, puts it into 5th place, but he knows where he's done wrong, and it was at the chicane.
Yeah, that's the most horrible place to lose a lap, because you've done the whole lap perfectly and then you get the last corners wrong.
Yeah, it was
ruins your confidence, if anything.
Yeah, but he lost a bit at Sabadell, and then he just never really carried that. You know, he lost all that momentum in that last sector alone, and it's, you know, it's compromising him on for this lap alone, because he's 3 attempts down now. So this is just a scrap lap here for Furious, but he's got one more lap to do it in, and there's like 2 minutes to go until the end of qualifying in this one. So we'll still give you a rundown on this one. And Goof is fastest now. He's gone quicker now into the 46.6s, and he's still setting purple times as Goof. Then Antibiotic is still second. Third is Thunder Pig, but he's got a copper 1.5 second penalty. Wiley's still 4th, Furious 2 in 5th, J-Boy in 6th, DD Ranger 7th, Fubar in 8th, and Chosen in 9th. But he's getting quicker now. He's done a 48.4 in the AMG Mercedes, and still getting quicker on the end of Sector 1. Any more news in Lobby A?
So again, there's not been much movement. Nico has crept slightly up, I think, closer to Alex Gaming, but we've just hit 10 minutes, so our time's elapsed, so all the drivers will be finishing their lap and parking off the track. At the moment it's Alex with a 44.2, and then second is Rascal, third is Kofi, fourth is Darth, fifth is Alex, sixth is Nico, seventh is Alex Tenera, and eighth is Kev Laro.
Oh, Goof getting that chicane completely wrong. And he's going to have at least one more lap in. 40 seconds to go until the end of qualified in this one. So still Goof with the advantage. I'm just seeing there, the original J-Boy's gone up to 4th place with a 46.8. So that's pretty tight there. And less than 3 attempts separating 1st to 5th now in this lobby.
Darth's last lap has put him ahead of Kofi. So he's done a 45.2 within a second of Alex, but Alex is 9 tenths ahead of the next fastest car, with Rascal just about to finish his lap. He looks like he's up. Yes, he's gone half a second quicker, so he's got a 44.7. So there's about half a second between first and second, and half a second between second and third, and then it's pretty close from there on out.
So qualifying is finished now in Lobby A. Everyone will still get one more lap in. The first one to cross the line will be Furious 2, and he's purple in Sector 2. So he made the mistake when we last saw Furious. Can he eradicate those mistakes now going in towards Sabadell? Let's ride on board with the Beetle. Again, running slightly wide. Getting the power on just a bit too early there. Losing the rear just a teensy bit. Now into Europe car. Now this is where he made the mistake now at the RACC chicane. That looks a bit better. But has that mistake of running wide at Sabadell going to cost him pole position? He's half a second away from Goof's time. Let's see what can he do. He will go second. Half a tenth slower than Goof's time. 46.651. And he was the first to cross the line, so good effort there from Furious. He did lose some time. Meanwhile, there's a look then at Fubar in the 4GT. He's going to come across the line. Doesn't improve. and spins nearly right in front of the Toyota and Antibiotic, and as well as Goof. Looks like there's no improvements whatsoever, although Thunder Pig has managed to put the Lambo in second.
Well, that's a solid effort there from a Lambo.
Oh no, take it back. It would have been third because I think. Oh no, Goof has actually improved this last lap to 46.2. Goof had improved. So I think second would still be. Oh no, Thunderpick was second. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Thunderpick in the Lambo, 46.4, puts him second. So the Furious 2 is down now to third. Antibiotic fourth. J-Boy fifth. Wiley in sixth. DD Ranger seventh, who's just parking his car on the start-finish straight. Fubar in eighth, and Chosen TV was getting quicker lap by lap. There's a 48.3 in the end. 2.1 seconds off the pole sitter. So that is it then for Lobby B. So we'll give you a rundown then of the live time. And as I said there, Goof 46.2, Thunderpig 46.4, Furious 2 46.6, Antibiotic 46.7, Original J-Boy 46.8, Wiley 46.9. So, you know, there's only like just about 7 tenths separating first to sixth there. I tell you what, that's quite close, like. You got DD Ranger 47.0, Fubar 47.5, and Chosen TV 48.3. So that is it then for Lobby B. What were the times then in Lobby A?
So Lobby A was Hallex on pole with a 44.2. Darth, it was Rascal with a 44.7. Darth 45.2. Kofi in fourth with a 45.3. Alex 45.6. Nico 45.6. Alex 45.6. Kevlaro 45.6. So very, very close for that mid-pack position.
So basically, what we were saying there is like all the races that were in the Lobby A are faster than the guys in Lobby B. So I don't know how Rascal's going to sort this out, because there's not a lot of people that's competed in this. So I don't know what Rascal's going to do. How many people's going to be in each lobby? Is it going to be as it is, or is there going to be people from Lobby B moving up to Lobby A? That's I think there's something else to query about.
Yeah. So how many's in your lobby?
At the moment we got 9. We did have 10, but I think Why Not Sean said disconnection. And he hasn't joined back.
Yeah, so it probably will be, I'm guessing, a 9-8 split or an 8-9 split potentially. So maybe one person moves up to Lobby A or something. I don't know. They'll sort it however they see fit. But I'm assuming there's just over one lobby.
Yeah, it's just over one, yeah. We did have more people signing up for this, but looks like they've not joined. I know Jerry Bear put his name in. The Finnish kid, they've also put their names in and hadn't showed up. So, you know, that doesn't help.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they potentially have other issues or other commitments. But we can still see some good racing. Like last week with the Clio Cup, we saw very, very low entry, but one of the best races of the Clio Cup so far.
Well, there's only been 3 races.
Yeah, I would still say that Tokyo race was better than the first 2. For me, anyway, considering I won it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you see that because you won. That's just clicked on me. Yes. Right then, so I've joined into Lobby A. I think you've just noticed that too. So we'll have a look at the liveries then. So there's a look then, Alex Gaiman in that livery, the Carly Rae Jepsen one.
The Carly Rae Jepsen.
There's the shouty one then of Alex. Oh, I can't even change camera angles there. Okay then, there's a look there at Alex there. Somewhat, if you can see it, ghosted. Just like a normal livery, the Subaru.
Yeah, I think that's a replica livery of something like a rally.
Yeah, I think that's like a rally car in like the mid-noughties, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's like the year of like maybe Chris Atkinson, because I mind him, he used to race in the Subaru, sort of like that livery, I think.
Yeah.
You can see Darth in the Porsche, Kevlaro in that, again, that nice looking Aston, Nico in the Audi, as you said there, Rascal with the Marlboro Honda, that is, yeah. And then there's a look at Kofi in the Beetle. There we go then. So we've got actually 10 people watching this, but no one's actually speaking in the live chat. What's going on? The live chat's been very, very quiet. We want to get some people noticed in the chat, so, you know, we can maybe speak to you and see what's happening within the... if there's any questions to ask. I'm just noticing that Kofi's going the wrong way.
Yeah, getting some extra practice in, but...
What, extra practice and going in the wrong way?
Yeah.
Maybe some tracks are actually better with reverse. Look at it, Kofi. Let's see. We got a comment there. Let's see who that was. Who could that be? It was Metcalf. There he is. There's Metcalf. He was supposed to be joining too, but I think he just wasn't going to. I don't think. Just missed out, I think. Oh, stopping right at Halleck's there.
So these two will be some major protagonists for the outcome of this race. Mixed in with Darth and Rascal. So Darth has had a very, very good qualifying up in third. And obviously, with him qualifying third, he gets the inside run from the manual rolling start, so he may be able to challenge Rascal into turn one and grab that second spot.
Yeah, don't forget these cars are... It's going to be a rolling start, isn't it? So it always is now.
Yeah.
So obviously Halleck can dictate the pace when he can go whenever he wants to, and then it's just a case of them keeping up with him, really. Kofi said I wish you could have challenged Halleck's. He's too quick. Well, have you just noticed that there, Kofi?
I mean, even if you put him in like the, I don't know, what's like the M3 or something, he'll still probably find a way to put it on pole somehow.
He's just too good, isn't he? He's just that damn good, and I think we have to blame Rono for this because he was the one that scouted him.
Yeah.
and we know how quick Rono was too as well. Yeah, Rono scouted him and took him under his wing, and look what he's done. He's created an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Right, so we're just checking to see if there's any times that come up, see what's going to be happening. Oh, why not? Sean said in the chat there the broadband went out. Oh, he's got heavy winds where he's at, so I don't think Why Not Sean's going to be joining.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's just only down to 17 people. We did have about 20 plus, and now it's down to 17. Obviously, Metcalf was saying that his internet's been cutting out, and
yeah,
Law said he wasn't going to be making it.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate the last minute dropouts, but we can still get some good racing in anyway. But yeah, I think there's been, what, 6 or 7 dropouts in the last sort of 24 hours or something? Which,
yeah, it's quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but...
Now then, obviously we've got, what was it, next week, tomorrow we've got the coffee break race, isn't it? Your series, the Clio Cup at Goodwood.
Yeah, so that's just a bit of a muck around, in all honesty.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Yeah, just a cool down week before we go to Tsukuba.
I'm not wanting to see blooming Kofi's car. Right, let's have a look at Alex's car. That's what Kofi came up to see, Alex's car, and he wants to see. Is Sean going to be moving? Is Kofi going to be moving? There we go. So here's a look there now, Alex. Yeah. So with 2 races into the Clio Cup, since you've devised the series, what do you think of the series so far? Are you quite impressed with it? How the driving been and what have you?
I think it's been quite successful. Race 1 and 2 was very fun in like the 2 sprint races, but even the most recent Tokyo race, we actually got no penalty reports and no penalties for Tokyo, which is, considering the amount that we got in season 5, it was like something like 80 or 90 penalty points in one race, and then to have nothing in the Clios, that was pretty good. But I think the Clios are proven to be very sort of conducive to close but clean racing.
What's Kofi doing? Stop being... Kofi wants the attention. Sorry to cut you off there, but Kofi... Right, come on, let's move away from him. Right, let's go over to... Let's go over Nico.
He's got the stream up next to him, I can tell.
So, yeah, it was very impressive to see no penalties dishing out at Tokyo, considering how tricky that track is.
Yeah. Let's hope for the same today, because this is a difficult track as well. There'll be a lot of sort of argy-bargy, door-to-door, pushing, shoving, whatever, pushing wide. I wonder if we'll see any action in turn one, like
I think you were talking about
Hamilton.
I thought you were talking about the other series that you raced in. That was a bit like argy-bargy and what have you.
Oh, I do hope we don't see that today. That would be not best.
Will you just pop off, man? He's even flashing the lights as well. Oh, do you know what? Penalise Kofi. Right, let's go back to Alex then. Right then. Oh, who started the chicane? Who was that? No, that's not him. Right, there you go. Don't start the car, Alex. I don't know what he's doing, but he's reversing, but... Yeah. So anyways...
These are the usual scenes post-qualifying before the results are out.
When they're all bored.
Yeah.
So are you looking forward into Goodwood? Because I could just imagine that race is going to be... I think it's going to be a bit of fun. I think Rascal's joining me in the booth for this one again. So yeah, I think Goodwood should be quite fun. What about from your perspective?
I've never raced at Goodwood properly. I don't know the lines, I don't know the course, I don't know which way the road goes, so it'll be fun.
So why did you choose Goodwood then, even though you've not raced on it?
So the whole calendar was set, and then it was between Nürburgring 24 and Goodwood, and I believe Chile has a emotional connection with the Clios and Goodwood, so that was to satisfy him.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the screen and Kofi's back again. He's like a fly in the light. Jesus, he's just thinking with the cameras. Yeah, I think you'd pick a good choice there with Goodwood over Nürburgring. Did you see the Nordschleife?
Yeah, the full track, the full.
Yeah,
combo.
That would have been an absolute bore fest for those Clios there. So yeah, I think you picked the right choice. Oh look, we're having a reverse race. Hallex versus Kofi, and even Hallex is still quicker. I don't know if you see this on stream as well. Yeah, look at them.
They're having a backwards race.
Right, let's ride on board at the back of Hallex here. Oh, he's lost it!
Oh,
Hallex, that's a rare mistake. Oh, gets the tyres back going. Oh, now Kofi's leading. Oh, now Alex is joining in the fun now.
Joined.
He's into second place. Now Alex is down to third. That's unheard of. Alex in last place. And he's in the killie litter. Look at that. Can we get a replay? No, we can't get a replay in qualifying, but, you know.
I do hope the actual race has as much action as this one.
Oh, again, Alex losing the front end this time. Has the time come forward yet?
So I believe they are discussing logistics. So how to split the lobbies.
How to split the lobby.
So
well, we've got 17 people at the most.
It may take a while.
Yeah. Where is Kofi? I'm trying to look back. But anyway, let's have a look at Alex Gamer then. So, reversing his way. Oh, Rascal's in the chat there saying hello. Hello, Rascal. Just his car's all reversing. Oh, dearly me. So we're just waiting for the times to see what's going to be happening in the how many people is going to be in lobby A or lobby B, and then give you a run out of the times. So we'll take a little break, and then well, to be fair, I need to go to the toilet. I need to pee again. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. If you want to say anything as well, Inman, you could just feel free.
I believe now Nico has joined the reversing party. 4-man scrap for the win.
Oh, we're back. Are you there? Are you there, Inman?
Yeah, I was just saying that Nico's joined the reversing race. You see, look at the straight line speed that Kofi's got over that Audi, and they're doing all the so
old
they're taking
track.
the chicane after cancer and the old, or should I say the newer layout, because they've changed turn 10 now, haven't they?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
The game hasn't caught up quite yet.
That's right then, with Nico making their way down towards, coming near towards Seat now. Oh, careful! Oh, he's going to lose it! Oh, Nico, nearly.
That was very well saved.
That was. So did Alex too in the Porsche just ahead. And Alex is in the slipstream. Look at him go! Oh, he's through. Oh no, they're side by side. Nico's giving Alex the room, and oh, he's through. Nico must have spun out of Seat. That Porsche is flying. Look at him go. Oh, and we're looking at Kev Laudo. Oh, now Kev.
They've both lost it.
Oh, have they? Oh, that's controversial, and Rascal's just boarding in the pits. I tell you what, I think there's one thing that we need to talk about as well, is strategy. What do you think the key strategy is for this race then?
Yeah, so obviously all the drivers have to use the hard tyre at least for one full racing lap, so i.e. they go for an out lap, they do one full line-to-line lap, and then go for an in-lap if they want. I think the pit loss is like 25 seconds or something without fuel. And then the fuel runs out very, very quickly compared to the tyres, so we might see some drivers double stinting, even the mediums. But I think it's been mentioned that a 4-stop is probably going to be the way to go, and with sort of 80 laps, the fuel lasts between 15 and 20 laps, so you'll maybe even see a 3-stop or a 5-stop, but between 3 and 5 stops is probably what we're going to see. And then yeah, I guess it's just going to be mediums all the way, with the timing of the hards is going to be probably one of the more important factors, because that's when you can really gain or lose track position.
Just seen a message here from Techno Guy in one of the chats saying, slight issue, we've had a lot more dropouts than anticipated, which we did mention there was about 6 or 7 that have dropped out. As a result, both Thunderpig and Wile E. Coyote have generously given up their entry, so we just need to see maybe one more to drop out, and then we'd get like a full lobby. Which, I mean, I feel kind of bad for Thunderpig and Wile E, because I wanted to see Wile's livery, because it did look really cool. But
yeah, no, that's very noble of them.
Yeah, I think they've took one for the team, really, haven't they?
Yeah, they're completely not obligated to give up their spot, but they're in the interest of a larger lobby with potentially better racing there.
Oh, I tell you what, if Techno's watching this, since Thunderpig and Wile have given up their spot, I think you should guarantee them a spot in the main event, in the main lobby for the next endurance racing event that's taking place. I think that sounds fair, does it not?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that should be. I think that should be quite fair. Yes. So if we've got one more person that gives up their spot, then we'll have 14 people in it, and. Yeah, there you go. Actually, we'll talk about the next endurance racing, because I mentioned as well last week when I was joking saying to Rascal that he's got a fetish for endurance racing, and if you've seen the last week's stream, he says no, he doesn't. Well, clearly he does, because he's conjured up another endurance racing in 2 weeks' time, and it's the is it another 2.4 hour race at the Nürburgring? Is it? Oh no, sorry, Nordschleife, isn't it?
Yeah, the Nordschleife, 2.4 hours again. He did do a day and night series one, I think 1 hour each or 2 hours each or something. I think it was 1 hour each, but one at day and one at night. That wasn't too long ago. But yeah, I agree, he's got a fetish for endurance racing and and for the Nordschleife.
Yeah, he does. And he's probably the only person that pretty much knows every corner on the track, so he'll probably have to message me on what corners they are too. That's going to happen on the 28th, am I right? 28th, 26th? It was one of the 2 Saturdays, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I've
29th?
See if I can endeavour to find that.
It's somewhere there.
Yeah, so the 29th of May, yeah.
Yeah, so on a Saturday.
I believe 3 in the afternoon, so an hour later than this one.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some more American races that'll be waking up a bit more earlier, so to speak, because I think for their time it's about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning for them.
Yeah. So I believe we've got the qualifying times through, and I believe Chosen TV has also volunteered his spot in order to create one full lobby. So obviously Chosen, Wiley and Thunder have voluntarily released themselves from the race, which is, they're not obligated to do that, but that's the sort of community spirit you get in ARC.
Fubar also wanted to leave as well, so it was a tie-up between Fubar and Chosen. So I think they picked the Chosen.
Yeah.
Oh, my comment got 2 thumbs up. Lovely. Right, so we'll give you then a rundown of the times then. So we will have one full lobby. So Halleck's on the pole, 4 attempts quicker than Rascal. Darth in third with 45.2. Then Kofi with 45.3. And then a bunch of times in the 6s, Alex Gaiman, Nico, Alex Senior, Kevlaro in 8th. Then it's the quickest of the guys in Lobby B, ART Goof with a 46.2. Furious 2 in 10th, Antibiotic in 11th, Original G-Boy 12th, DD Ranger 13th, and Fubar 14th. And as you said, the 3 people that sacrificed their spots, Wile E. Coyote, Thunderpig, and Chosen, have sacrificed their spots. So in comes Furious and Antibiotic, and we're just waiting for the others to join, and then we will get one full lobby underway.
Yeah, and if you look at the gap between 5th down to 8th, so ACC Alex, Nico, Alex Tenera and Kevlaro, they're split by less than 0.02 of a second between the 4 of them. There's a 45.620 and a 49.639. That's so close at the midfield.
That's 18 thousandths of a second. That is, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a battle to watch, for sure.
So, just seeing, have we got all the people in? Have we got a full lobby in here? Have we got all 16 in? Yes, we do. Now we'll just get on with a stock check, and then hopefully everyone will be all good, and we will get this 80-lap endurance race underway.
Yeah, so I want to just quickly talk about the cars, because obviously we've got a wide variety of different cars. We've got...
Yes!
The cars that stand out for me are Antibiotic is in the RCZ, which is obviously a mid-engine car. We've got Fubar in the Ford, and we've got Rascal in the NSX. So they're all... Oh, and we've got Nico in the Audi as well. So those 4 drivers are all in mid-engine cars, and obviously they're going to be a lot worse on tyre wear, but a lot quicker on pace. So what you'll probably find is, if for example Rascal, who's starting in second, can perhaps get past Alex with his better pace, potentially early doors, in that mid-engine car, then he can sort of steam on ahead before his tyres wear out. Who knows? It's going to be a complete toss-up. I think it's going to be close in the midfield at least. But one does fear that Alex might run away with it potentially.
Yeah, possibly.
As we've seen so many times before.
Yeah. And I know you've been a victim of that many times. So there's a look.
Oh,
this
too
is
many.
Oh yeah, way too many. Do you know? I don't know if I've told you this, but I remember. I think it was just before the start of season 4. We did like some practice races, and I finished ahead of Alex.
All right.
Yes.
So
I was driving my trusty Porsche too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I beat him.
I mean, season 6 champion in the making. Are you? Are you doing season 6? Because
what, to come out of retirement from racing to come back in again? Oh no, I've had my fun. Fudge, no, I'm not doing that.
If you're able to beat Alex, then
it was only just a 5-lap sprint at Red Bull Ring. That was all it was.
Yeah. So, what's your favourite livery, would you say, in this field? Now that we can see everyone unghosted.
Well, I would have loved to have seen Wiley's one, because that was probably the best of all. Robocop is in the chat. Hello, Robo.
Yeah.
Hope you're still doing your darts and that. But since we don't get to see Wiley's livery, I would go for Kevlaro, because I do like the blue and yellow. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if you've watched some, like if you watched some GT racing, but do you remember like the old Singra beer livery? It was like gold and blue. It was always a Lamborghini. It's sort of, it kind of reminds me of that livery, and that looked quite cool too.
Yeah, I tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that Turner BMW.
Oh yes, the American Le Mans series. Yeah, very. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favourite livery in this field has got to be Rascals. Just with the Honda, it's kind of like a throwback to the Senna Prost McLaren Honda. With the Marlboro, the Shell, the Boss, all the correct sponsors. It's a great recreation, I think. I also obviously like the Carly Rae Jepsen livery.
What, are you a fan of Carly Rae Jepsen, are you?
No, I just like the concept.
So I think looks like everyone has got on well. So it looks like the stock check is all fine. So hopefully we'll get this 80-lap race underway. Hopefully very soon. Oh, wow! That was quite cool. I don't know if you see that on the screen there. So
GT Sport.
Yeah. So having a look then at the field of drivers, then see what tyres they're going for. It looks like Kevlaro is going to go on hards, maybe. No, he's changed to mediums.
we've got Furious and Antibiotic, and Alex Tanier on the hards.
Alex Tanier on the hards, yeah. So the race will start in 5 minutes for time, yeah.
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I think...
I don't know whether the hards is going to be the right choice. It's definitely a gamble to start on the hards early on. I don't quite know the pace difference between the two tyres, but obviously the hards are horrible.
Oh yeah.
For anyone who's done any sort of FIA racing or daily racing with the hard tyres, it is horrid. Horrid to drive on those tyres. But perhaps the plan is hold up the people behind you, because it's difficult to overtake, and then you waste their hard tyres, you waste their medium tyres while you get your hards out of the way, and then you're quicker over the rest of the race while they have to use their hards. But yeah, generally people, when they start at the front, go for the softer option of the tyres, and when they start at the back, tend to go for the harder option of the tyres. And that seems to be playing out a little bit here. So it'll be an interesting one to monitor.
Also, I don't think we mentioned about this as well, is that drivers, when they make a mandatory pit stop, they can take a 10-minute break, and the pit window is from, I believe it is from lap 1 to 70 as well, so they can't pit after lap 70.
So that's just the mandatory 10-minute pit stop. So they can take their 10-minute. They have to take a mandatory 10-minute break at any point. So they just roll into the pits and wait till the timer hits 10 minutes before they choose to change their tyres or refuel. And you have to do that before the end of lap 70. So they can do it whenever they want between 1 and 70.
Yeah. So it's it's like a pit window, so to speak. Why not? Sean is saying pace difference is around 1.75 seconds to 2 seconds. I'm guessing that's the difference between mediums to hards. Oh, J-Boy.
Yeah,
Oh, Jane.
Oh,
Get some of that Arabic drifting from PK. Oh, but PK can control it. That's a shame. It's the things you hate to see. Does a lovely donut too.
Yeah. I was excited to see how J-Boy would perform, because if you remember last week, he got qualified in the top 5 for the Clio Cup.
He did, yes, yeah.
So obviously it's good to see him in the top lobby again, even though there is only one lobby. But yeah, him and Alex Tanier last week.
Put on a good show, didn't he? Yeah, really did. And even Alex passing Law too, so I mean that's only good for their confidence as well. Coming in for tomorrow for the fun race at Goodwood.
Yeah, I don't think many people have signed up to that just because it's Goodwood. Let's see. Yeah, we've got 9 signed up and then 7 undecided for that. But oh well, it's a coffee break. It's Goodwood.
It's just for fun. Come on.
Yeah.
It's only for fun. I mean, I don't mind seeing one lobby, that'd be fine, but go on, just stick your elbows out and just just do these 2 races, that's all. Aye. Also, Kevlara was saying in the chat there too, I was going to go on hards before the lobby merged because I was dead last. Yeah, well.
Well, I mean, all the Lobby A people were faster than the Lobby B participants in qualifying,
yeah, they were.
So he'd have been last in Lobby A, or second to last in Lobby A.
Right, so Rascal's saying we are starting soon, so we've got like a minute to go until the start of this ARC Catalunya 80.
Yeah, and as I was talking about earlier, it's going to be interesting to see on this manual rolling start whether Darth can get a jump on Rascal, or whether Rascal can try and hang it around the outside in that MR machinery, that Honda, around the outside of Halleck's into turn 1. But yeah, we're about to begin with the manual rolling start.
So here we go then, let's have a look then of the starting grid for this endurance race, and it is Alex from Rascal, Darth, Kofi, Alex Gaiman, Nico, Alex Leo, Kevlaro, Goof, Furious 2, Antibiotic, Original J-Boy, DD Ranger, and Fubar. That completes the grid. That's all 14. Look at that, a whole multitude of different manufacturers. This is good to see, and it's quite colourful too. Oh, DD Ranger a bit early, getting going now. Oh. DD Rangers thought it was going to be an actual start there.
Yeah.
He was up to about 7th place or whatever. I think he's just realising it's a manual rolling start now, so he's back into position.
Yeah.
So now the drivers are going to put their up to 6th gear, put the fuel mixture up to 6, save as much fuel as they can, and we'll get the show on the road.
That Mazda's still making too much noise, even though it's at low revs at 6th gear.
Let's actually ride on board with it. Let's have a listen. It's not that loud. It's
still screaming at low revs. Yeah, we've got a multitude of different cars here. We've got obviously the Mazda, we've got the Honda, we've got a few Porsches, a couple of Beetles, Audi, Subaru, Aston Martin, Peugeot RCZ, Supra, Corvette, and a Ford. So that's 11 different cars.
In 14.
Oh, the laps haven't been changed.
Rascal, you stupid idiot! Goodness me! God, he's got some fetishes for 2.4 hour races, but can't change bloody one lap. Goodness gracious, Rascal, get sacked. Seriously.
And it took like 2 sectors to realise.
Yeah, it did. Well, it looks like Alex is going to win this race now, so that's the end of the stream. I've been savvy. Do you know, it was actually quite bad that I didn't even notice it too.
Alex there with the dirty corner cut. I saw that.
I didn't even...
12.5 second penalty.
Go on, Nico, you can get a win here out of this. Oh, it's going. Go on, Nico, he's going to win. Oh, he's got a 7-second penalty. Oh, everyone's getting penalties. What's going on?
And Kevlaro takes the win.
God, that was quite embarrassing. I never noticed that as well. Alright then, so it's a little bit later than arranged. I thought we were going to finish it possibly about 5 to... Or is it 10 to 5, did you see? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen now.
Like oh well. We'll get started in a second anyway.
There we go, I had to put something in the chat there. So right, here we go then, take 2.
Thanks for the race.
Yeah, that was good fun.
That was a clean race. So here we go. Attempt number 2.
Do I do the starting grid lineup again? Oh, fudge it, why not? Here we go again. And Alex, Rascal, Darth, Kofi, Alex, Nico, Alex Deer, Kevlaro, Goof, Furious 2, Antibiotic, J-Boy, DD Ranger, and Fubar. That's your grid. We do have 80 laps now this time, so we're going to have another rolling start, get the tyre temperatures. Weaver left and right, the optimal temperatures on those cars are fine. Hopefully DD is, he's staying behind. He's not going to gain 5 positions on the start. That's good. And now we'll get the cars up to 6th gear, put the fuel mixture up to 6th, and there we go. We're going to get this race underway. So then, Kofi seems to be quietly confident in this because he's saying it's Kofi time. So what do you think then? Do you think he could pose a threat to Alex?
I think he'll have to get a move on very, very quickly if he is, because knowing Alex, he will put the foot down as early as he can. And I think if Rascal and Darth can't do anything in the first few corners, then that might be the end of the race for the win, and it'll have to be a turn to a fight for second, third and fourth. But we'll have to see. Who knows? There'll be a lot of penalties, I'm predicting, in this race, especially at the chicane, the RACC chicane, at Kamsa, at New Holland as well. If you go wide at New Holland, that will be probably one of the biggest talking points of the race. So I think whoever can keep the cleanest for the longest is gonna reap the most benefits.
Do you know, see when you're going through this, because like I've only done like one endurance racing, but I never thought this through. But since you do like more endurance races than I do, do you have like any like superstitions? What do you do in situations like this? Like what are your nerves? Do you feel nervous when you're doing something like this, or what?
I do get quite nervous at the start of like 40-minute races, 50-minute races.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, but I don't in endurance races, just because I feel like I don't have to rush it, because we have got over 2 hours to get the job done effectively. Although you do wonder that if, again, Alex isn't challenged early enough, then he will just run away with it. So they're starting to form up now, double file, and Alex will dictate the pace, dictate when he wants to go. So they're a bit late forming up. There's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, there's a bit of gap from 9th to 10th. 9th to 10th, it was a bit of a gap. And away they go, Ben. So, yeah, Alex is away. So,
and
here we go,
Darth
Ben.
got the jump on Rascal immediately.
Yeah, he
Darth's in
did.
second.
Darth's in the P2.
Kofi's looking to challenge as well.
I'm just wondering who was 9th from backwards. So it might have been 10th place. So that would have been the Furious 2 there. Caught napping off the start there. But Alex leads the way. Darth, as you said, up to second. Kofi having a look on the inside. Oh, he's on the inside there. So up to P3
and Alex
now.
Gaming as well.
Yeah, Alex Gaming in that pink Porsche. So Rascal's not had a good start. Down to 4th position he goes with the Honda driver. But it looks like we're all nice and tidy through the first series of corners. Now in towards, is that Repsol? I'm trying to get the track map back up. Yeah, Repsol. Turn 4. Now into Seat turn 5. Still looking all pretty clean so far. Further back there, Alex Adeo and Kevlaro side by side for 7th and 8th respectively. And here comes Goof putting into the picture there too. But Alex just holding on to 7th.
Darth went slightly wide coming out of Seat, and Kofi sort of got alongside, but playing the smart game already, he went straight up to 7th gear to let Darth have the optimal line, keep with Alex, save some fuel, and he's looking to the long game here as Kofi. Although he's
Kofi!
made a lunge up the inside.
That was really.
He slightly outbroke himself there and had to go up the inside to avoid contact.
He's through there. It's definitely Kofi time, as you said there. So Kofi up to second, and that was a real lunge there. That was like a do or die pass. That this early on.
Yeah, I think he just kind of lost his braking zone a little bit, but nevertheless he's made the move stick, and hopefully he can see if he can catch up to Alex, who's already pulled out a 2-second gap.
And Kofi already going up against the pit wall, trying to break the toe from third on back. So Alex is leading, Kofi second, Darth third, Rascal fourth, Alex came in fifth, Nico sixth, Alex in seventh, and Kevlaro rounds out the top 8. Then in ninth is J-Boy. Then Antibiotic, a big gap already towards that, only over 3 seconds that is, to J-Boy to Antibiotic. DD Ranger in 11th, Art Goof in 12th, so he's lost 3 positions on the start. Fubar in 13th, and Furious 2 was another big loser from 10th down to 14th. So something must have happened there with Goof and Furious for them to be 12th and 14th now.
It looks like Rascal's really hounding Darth now a little bit, trying to put some pressure on as Kofi goes a little bit wide as well. This battle for second is, I think Alex has probably run away now. I don't think we'll be seeing much of him. Oh, Rascal.
Yeah,
just on the grass, just catching the grass there. Yeah, I think Alex, we won't be seeing much more of Alex until he potentially starts to lap people. But But yeah, this battle for second is gonna hot up quite quickly, I think.
Alex Gaiman's got a half a second penalty. Sorry, Alex Gaiman's got half a second penalty. He had to burn that there at Campsa, so he may lose at least a couple of spots in the process. He'll have to burn it at either after Campsa on the start-finish straight. So disappointment there for Alex.
Nico Kevlaro, potentially Alex Tenera, potentially even J-Boy back pass, because he has to burn it very, very early on that straight. So he'll lose all that speed. So even though it's a half second penalty, it's a lot more than that once you account for the rest of the straight.
Yep, so he's sacrificing possibly 5th, 6th, maybe 7th here. Yeah, so he's gone down to possibly 7th place. Yeah, so he cuts in front of there. Wiley's in the chat. Hello, Wiley. It was very gracious of you to sacrifice your spot there to make this a one lobby event.
Oh, J-Boy.
J-Boy.
At the inside of Alex, make contact.
Okay, let's have a look at a replay of this. So let's ride on board then with J-Boy. Going in towards Elf. Yeah, it wasn't on that, wasn't it? No, it wasn't legitimately alongside Alex.
No, I didn't quite have the overlap and caused a little bit sliding, but a tiny instant like that, they've just not got to let it get to their heads, because there's still 76 laps of this race left.
Oh, in fact, what's actually happened to Alex here? Oh, he does it again! He did it again! And this time he made it stick this time. Yeah, Alex flashing the lights there. Don't think he appreciated it. Now, did he go off then at Seat? Or was he just stuck behind? Oh, he must be stuck behind, I think. Yeah, he was. Okay, I thought he went off. My apologies. And now Antibiotic is now in there. Look at that Peugeot flying up. He's caught up a hell of a lot now on there. Alex. Is Alex on the hard tyres, actually? Oh, in fact, he is. Yeah, so Alex is on the hard tyres. Yeah.
He's holding up quite well on the hard tyres, in all honesty. He's where did he start?
I think Alex started, I think it was like in... He was in the Lobby A event, wasn't he? He was in the Lobby A qualifying.
So he started 7th. So he started 2 places behind Alex Gaming, and he's still 2 places behind Alex Gaming.
Antibiotic is 7 a penalty. That'd be shortcutting the RACC chicane.
To Kofi.
Yeah, just looking at a replay of Antibiotic, they're shortcutting turn 15, the second part of the RACC chicane, and copped the 1.5 second penalty. Looks like he's not lost any ground. No, he did. Fubar's already into the pits.
Oh, Darth made a very, very late defensive move under braking there. That was very dangerous.
I just noticed it there now. You were saying about Rascals up to second. Here's a replay, and so let's see. Let's have a look at it from Kofi's angle here. So Kofi looks like he had the run. Oh, Darth put in a bit of an aggressive block there.
Yeah.
I wonder if Darth was not too happy with the lunge that Kofi did on the second lap. In fact, Kofi's actually gone by Darth now. Just when we were looking back at live action.
Oh, Darth dipping a wheel in the gravel. He might get a penalty for that. Campsa just got away with it. Got to be very, very careful on the exit of Campsa with if you dip a wheel in the gravel. Oh, Kofi!
Massive tank slapper there off of Lequesa.
Darth is looking for any which way to pass. He wants that 3rd spot back. And
look who's catching up. Kevlaro bringing the pack of Nico and Alex Gaiman too as well. So we're going to have ourselves a 5-car scrap for 3rd place. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Pretty much nearly all in shot.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Rascal has pulled out 3.5 seconds on Kofi. And Alex has pulled out 5 seconds on Rascal.
And again, Kofi going up against the pit wall, now onto where the pit line is. Meanwhile, Nico's going to make a pass on Kevlaro. That will be for 5th position, and it looks like Nico doesn't get it. Kevlaro hanging it around the outside at Elf and keeps hold of that 5th position. And then there's a look then at Alex Gaiman running there in 7th position. We'll ride on board with the Porsche driver. And he's got a good view of the cars battling just ahead of him with Kofi and Darth and Kevlaro and Nico.
Oh, Kofi has copped a 1 second penalty. I'm not quite sure where he got that. No, I just missed it, but Kofi's got himself a seconds worth of penalty, presumably for track limits on the entry to Repsol, turn 4. I know if you sort of go too wide on the green tarmac on the entry, it can give you a harsh penalty. So that's probably what's done that, and he's going to burn it here before the Cata.
I was just looking at it.
Loses 1 place.
Yeah, only lost. So he didn't lose too much time. I was just looking at a replay of how Kofi got the penalty. He had the penalty before going into Repsol. So I mean, you could see track limits maybe going off track at Renault, maybe the long turn 3 possibly, or maybe shortcutted turn 2 at Elf. We'll find. We don't know yet.
So now this is going to be Darth's opportunity to see if he can make a run for it. Kofi's just still in the slipstream in 7.5 tenths, but this is going to be Darth's time to see if he can make a run for it. See if he can try and close that 5.1 second gap to Rascal up ahead.
Let's have a look further back then through the field there. J-Boy in 8th, just about hanging on to the back of the battle with Nico and Alex Gaiman. And then Alex Tanier, the first of the drivers on the hard tyres, 9th. Goof up to 10th. Antibiotic in 11th. DD Ranger in 12th. Furious 2 13th. And Fubar, who did start the race on hard tyres, and he's got the hard tyres out the way, so now he's on to the mediums. He can go that the rest of the way now, but he's in last position.
Yeah, and it looks like Darth hasn't managed to get rid of Kofi, so even with the dirty air in this middle part of the lap, Kofi's still managed to catch back up and gap Kevlaro in the process.
Oh, Alex Gaiman took a bit of wide there. Is that going to be a penalty there, possibly?
Yeah.
No.
And Nico up the inside of Kevlaro.
Yeah. And that's at 10-10, and Laquaisa, and looks like Nico doesn't have the run, so Kevlaro's holding his position quite well here.
Yeah.
He's trying his hardest to hold on to 5th.
Kevlaro, one of the big movers in this race so far, so he's gone from 8th to 5th, so he's made up 3 spots. Nico is exactly where he started. Alex Gaming has moved down 2 spots. The original J-Boy has moved 4 spots up the grid. That's potentially also courtesy of Alex Taniera being on the hard tyres, as well as Furious and who else was it? Fubar, but he was already behind J-Boy to start with.
Yeah, I think one of the big losers was the Furious 2, because I think he started 10th, he's down 13th now. So yeah, he was one of the big losers, as well as Rascal, because he did start 2nd, fell back to 4th, but he's regained 2nd place. But I think he's about 6 seconds away from the leader, Alex. Anyway, he's on board again with Alex Gaming, still stuck behind Nico and Kevlaro. They're battling for 5th and 6th, but if Kevlaro's holding Nico up and Alex Gaming, J-Boy's going to catch up too, because he's less than 2 seconds now away from that, and he's getting quicker as J-Boy.
And remember, these guys, Kevlaro, Nico and Alex Gaming, were separated by 18 thousandths of a second as Nico goes
makes a mistake.
Very wide, and slight contact between him and Alex, but no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, these guys were separated by nothing in qualifying, as well as Alex Taniera, who is just about 5.5, 6 seconds behind on those harder tyres. He's lapping roughly 0.8 of a lap slower. 0.8 of a lap slower at the moment, yeah. Alex Gaming is doing 46.3 to 46.6, and Alex Taniera is doing consistent 46.3s.
Don't forget, Alex is on the hard tyres. I was going to say Alex is on the hard tyres too.
Yeah. So he's putting in a good performance, even though he's not still with them and he's dropping off. It's this hard tyre, making this hard tyre stint count is going to be the more important thing in this race.
J-Boy must have picked up a penalty because he's up against the pit wall. Must have shortcut at turn 15 for him to pick up a penalty, so he's lost a lot of ground now to this battle for 5th place, who has lost ground to the battle for 3rd.
Yeah, now Goofy ART Goof is catching back up to Alex Tenera on the hard tyres, so he's going to have to... Alex is going to have to think, do I want to block him or do I want to think of the long race here? Because he can block him all he wants and mess up his stint, but he will lose time in the process as well. So it's that fine balance when you're on the harder tyres. Do you help yourself or do you try and ruin other people's races? And again, you're entitled to do both.
Just looking there at Goof there, taking some fine lines here. He's the pole sitter in Lobby B. So Goof doing a reasonable job there, sitting in 10th place. Eldorado Dragons is in the chat saying hi guys, how you doing Eldorado? I always forget who Eldorado is. I don't know why I keep forgetting who he is. It annoys me. Anyway, so Goof's slowly catching up to Alex Deere, who's on the hard compound tyres. Antibiotic still in 11th position. DD Ranger in 12th in the Chevy. And there is Furious, who had the pace in the Lobby B qualifying, but made a couple of mistakes there. Yellow flag's been waved, though, in the last sector. Who could that be? Who's had the moment then?
Oh, that's Antibiotic.
Yeah, he did. So we'll have a look at a replay, see what happened to him. Oh, he's just lost it on entry at Europe car. That's an interesting one.
That's probably due to that RCZ being mid-engined. And that corner in particular is horrible for any car that doesn't have a front engine. There's slow cars up ahead as well. I think DD Ranger has
had a penalty there. I just noticed about on the replay, just see the flash of red light there from DD Rangers above. You know, that's a quite an unusual place to go off there, losing before going into the Europe car there. That's just the rear end got around. Maybe a couple of diplo tyres on the grass there before tearing, possibly.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's allowed Furious too, though, to gain 2 positions, so he's back to 11th. There he is there. So he managed to get by DD Ranger, who served his penalty. And already he's got 11 seconds to catch up, although saying that Furious is on the hard compound tyres as well.
So everyone's coming up to about half a tank of fuel, so about that 20 people will be coming in. And it looks like at the moment the top 3 have got around about the same levels of fuel. Darth has probably saved a couple of % more than those top 2. Kofi is running at about half. Kevlaro has used a lot of fuel. He's probably used about 10% more than Nico, and Alex Gaming has saved a lot of fuel. So Alex Gaming in the next pit stop coming up in about 10 laps time will be able to either maybe go a lap longer, a lap or 2 longer, or will just be able to put less fuel in. That either way, he's going to jump Kevlara and Nico at the moment in this first pit stop.
Looks like J-Boy has served yet another penalty. Must have shortcutted again at turn 15 or 14 to cop a free temp penalty. So J-Boy, I think that's back-to-back penalties dropped there for J-Boy. Or maybe 2 and 3 laps then. So he's lost an awful lot of ground, but he's still ahead of Alex Neer. 2.4 seconds he is ahead of Alex and Goof. Of course, Eldorado was a Terracus, that was it.
From Rager. There's a good little battle going on for 11th. So Furious 2 is defending from Rager,
and Antibiotic
trying to get in a bit in the mix as well.
Stride of Anti then, just seeing the battle ahead unfold. DD in the Chevy, both running a little wide through Repsol there.
The Chevy is a very heavy car. It's very, very difficult to handle it around here because this really is a track where you want a light car, which might play into some people's hands when we start running out of fuel. So when we start getting into this sort of phase of the stint where fuel is running low and the tyres are still in check.
That's coming from Inman, the man who knows how to save fuel. Anyways, moving on.
Yes.
DD Rangers paid the pass on Furious 2 there. Looks like he had the job done before going into camp today. Looks like I couldn't mind that for... Oh, DD!
Getting it squirrely on the exit.
Yeah, he did there. And another tank slapper there. On the exit of
still made the move stick.
Oh, he's looking at me sliding it
again.
around. And Anti was sliding it too through Sabadell. Anti very cautious through that chicane there. Looks like the Furious is going to make his pit stop. So that'll be the hard tyres done now for Furious. So he's done his set of hard stints done. He can go mediums the rest of the way. So I think that leaves only, I want to say, Alex now, still on the hard tyres.
And I think there was one more person, was there? No. So just Alex. Alex and Furious were on the hards to start with.
Oh, Fubar was as well.
Has he pitted or? Yes,
yeah, he pitted
a couple of laps ago.
No, he pitted, but I think it was like in lap 4 or something.
Ah, right.
Let me see. Let's see where he pitted. Yeah, lap 4. Lap 4, that's where he pitted to change to the mediums.
So Furious has filled up for a full tank, so he's going to be going the full distance up to about lap 32, 31, 32, depending on how much fuel he can save. It looks like the running theme of the Porsches are really saving a lot of fuel.
Yeah, the Porsches are very good with concerning fuel. It's just the only thing that's lacking with the Porsche straight line speed. Really, it's great on the brakes, great on fuel. It just lacks that straight line speed.
Yeah, it looks like Kofi might have a run on Darth going into turn 1. So he's going to look to make a pass or not. He's looking to the inside.
Yeah, he's going for the lunge
Darth
like he did it.
Closes the door.
That was a pretty late lunge though on Kofi's part. He tried to do it again when he did it at Lequisa, which worked this time, but Darth was. He knew the run was there. Careful, don't run out wide though. That could be a penalty. Is that going to?
Just got away with it.
He did. Yeah, he did. Eternica saying, is that a default livery on J-Boy? Yeah, I think that's the original livery on the car when you've just buy it. I think. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It is the original.
And himself and Kofi haven't managed to put a livery on, I don't think.
Yeah, that's a poor show. Disqualify them.
Rascal's going purple in the first sector, I believe. But he's looking to do some very good lap times. He's still losing out to Alex, but only just. He's only losing a couple of tenths a lap. So, although he has got a lot less fuel than Alex, about the same tyres. But no, I think the interesting thing is going to be Darth versus Kofi, because they are separated by almost nothing. They're probably at the biggest gap they've been at all race. But if you look at Darth, he's got 5 or 6% more fuel saved. That could be the difference between third or fourth.
Do you know, if more than anything, Kofi's lost a lot of ground on Darth, and now he could be falling into the clutches of Kevlaro in 5th in that Aston. So Kofi better look at his rearview mirror and see that Kevlaro's catching.
He's gone semi-defensive. So he's made his one defensive move.
And Alex Gaiman
going to look at the inside.
And Alex Gaiman making a look on the inside at Nico. That is a battle for position for 6th place. Audi versus Porsche, and Audi holds on. Oh, Lats in the chat, they're saying Kofi at 7 AM at his time. Yeah, I thought roughly it would be about early in the morning for them, for these Americans. So I mean, fair play for Kofi for waking up this early to do this race.
It looks like Kofi's catching up in the in Repsol. He's gained a good couple of tenths, but then is losing out slightly in the traction zones. I know. For example, the Porsche is very, very good in the traction zones. You can just plant the car, plant your foot, and go without any worries of wheel spin at all. But it looks like he's slowly creeping his way back up to that sort of 7.5 tenth range that you need to get the benefits of slipstream.
See, is Kofi playing mind games on Darth because he's keep flashing the lights on him?
Essentially, Kofi's thinking that, you know, Darth, if you let me pass, then I can try and bring us back to Rascal or get us away from Kevlaro. But then Darth is obviously thinking, I can do the same, and I want to be ahead of you. So I'm going to stay exactly where I am if I've got anything to do about it. And Darth goes wide.
Oh,
That's going to be a penalty, I think. Almost.
Good lap time there set from Kofi. He's into the 44s now, so he's gained a lot on this lap alone. He's pulled away from Kevlaro. Just seeing there. Hopefully, Lado, we'll get to see you back out on the track soon. We do miss you. Oh, look at the run that Kofi gets on the exit of turn 2. Side gets into the side of Darth. And that was quite a bit aggressive.
That was a move of malice, I think.
Here's a replay. Gets the run though off of turn 2. Makes a little contact and then just drives into the side of him. But that was him trying to correct the car to try and get into Renault. Now
I think he should be conceding that, in all honesty. And that was, I remember, because if you remember back in season 4, I actually got disqualified from this race because of my poor showing of sportsmanship. I did that same move to, I think, one of the DRE boys, and that was a massive, like, Cat 3, Cat 4 penalty or something like that. So Darth is not going to be best pleased with that.
Oh, is he flashing the lights now too? Is Darth flashing back at Kofi?
Yeah. This is... They've got 65 laps left to go of this.
Yeah, they do. I don't think this battle is going to be over just yet, though.
Yeah, I think Darth's just got to... Because one of the mistakes that drivers make is once they're wronged. That was an aggressive move over. But yeah, one of the mistakes that some people make is when they're wronged. So Darth in this instance has been wronged. They try and get the position back just to show their mettle or whatever, because the sort of anger, it gets to their heads. But in a race of this length, you just got to sit back, forget it. He may get a penalty at the end potentially for that. And yeah, just sit back, don't make any rash decisions, save the fuel, save the tyres, keep doing what you're doing, and it'll come to him eventually, potentially.
Just seeing here, looking at... Oh, go on.
It looks like Kofi's starting to stretch his legs a little bit, but Darth, again, I think it's just a dirty air thing, because Darth's catching in the same places that Kofi was catching him.
Yeah, now that Kofi seems... He's getting quicker and quicker. So I know obviously the turbulent air is obviously a big thing, especially with these cars too, because, you know, it's a nightmare when you're under the slipstream. But it just seems to me that Kofi is starting to stretch his legs, and he is starting to pull away from Darth just a teensy bit now. I mean, Darth is not within slipstream distance now, and still the gap is increasing up to 1.1 seconds. So Kofi, he could be in trouble though for that incident the last lap there, but I think in Kofi terms, I think it's time for him to go and catch up to Rascal. But oh, he's lost it there!
Always.
He lost it there at the first part there. Now, is that going to give Darth an opportunity to get the run on Kofi out of New Holland?
Kofi will go defensive here.
Kevlaro's into the pits. Now, will there be contact on the straightaway there?
Is going to push Darth to the outside.
Who's going to be late braking now? I know the Porsche is very good on late braking now, but so too does look like the Beetle, and he just holds on. J-Boy makes his pit stop. Tania also makes his pit stop. And meanwhile, further back,
a lot of fuel.
And meanwhile,
Kevlaro.
And Alex Gaming has just passed Nico just before going into Renault. Although there could be a crisscross that's happened. Yeah, it could be the crisscross yet again. And Nico is... Oh, there's contact there going into his Repsol, sorry. But Nico's got the position back. Now the Kevlaro's just come out of the pit lane. He's still on the same set of mediums. Now Antibiotic, DD Ranger's also into the pits.
So importantly here, Kevlaro has got clean air. He's got 17 seconds of clean air where he can stretch his legs compared to Alex and Nico, who are battling away. So he might be able to get the jump when Nico and Alex come into the pits.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. The undercut. That could work in the favour there, really. Looking at Alex, he's now onto a fresh set of medium, so he's got the hard tyres done and dusted, as well as Fubar and Furious.
He's got clean air. He's got clean air as well. So if you remember, he was him, and then this trio of Alex Gaming, Nico, and Kevlaro. He was in that mix of the midfield battle that were separated by 18,000ths of a second. Sorry. So Alex is going to be one to watch for this sort of 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th position. And Nico's into the pits now.
Yeah, Nico's in to make his first pit stop on lap 18 out of 80 now. Give you a rundown then of the top 10. Alex, Rascal, Kofi, Darth, Alex Gaiman, Goof is now up into 6th place. Nico in the pits in 7th. Kevlaro, who's just fresh came out of the pits in 8th. Antibiotic, who's yet to pit though, but looks like he will be very soon because he is flashing red in 9th. And Original J-Boy, who has made a pit stop, he is in 10th. Alex Tadeo 11th. Is also came out the pits. Fubar, Furious, Fubar 12th, Furious 2 in 13th, and DD Ranger, who has also just come out the pits in last place.
So Nico's filled up to only 75%. So that's very smart, I think, because
he's actually gone out ahead of Kevlaro.
Yeah,
he's gone out ahead of Kev.
Kevlaro, for example, has filled up to 100%, but Nico's thinking if he can just fill out a little bit less fuel, he can get ahead of Kevlaro and potentially stretch his legs and maybe disrupt Kevlaro's race, and that's exactly what he's managed to do. It looks like Kofi's going to be coming in this time by. Darth might be able to get away with one more lap, so we'll see who comes in out of them.
Yeah, Kofi will come into the pits. Yep, Kofi is in.
Darth stays out.
Yeah, Darth's got like another lap of fuel in there to go all the way. He actually set his best lap of the race, a 45.3 for Darth.
He's got to make this next lap count now. He's got to absolutely use up everything he's got to get out ahead of Kofi.
This has got to be a qualifying lap here for Darth. So we'll give you then, again, another round down. Alex and Rascal and Darth and Alex Gaiman and Goof have not yet pitted. And it's from Kofi all the way, Kofi downwards that have made a pit stop. I believe that's right, isn't it? Yeah, Kofi all the way down to last place that have all made a pit stop, yeah.
So where's Kofi going to come out as well?
Well, actually,
Kofi's maybe going to come out in this battle with Kevlaro and Nico.
Oh, he's going to come out nearly free abreast and going towards Elf, and Kevlaro passes Nico. And now that's the worst thing for Kofi to see, is have some dirty air right in front of him. This is not what he needed to see.
Surely you'd think now that Darth is going to, and he's run wide onto the green Astro as well. So Darth is in prime position here to retake 3rd place.
Yeah, it's not what Kofi wanted to see. Two cars battling together for position. So an absolute nightmare this now for Kofi, because he could lose seconds to this. Rascal's in the pits, so that will just leave Alex, Darth, Alex Gaming and Goof that have not yet pitted. Yeah, nightmare. In fact, Darth is now into the pit lane. He may actually come out possibly just ahead of this battle, I reckon. We'll see anyways. They're entering the Quasar turn 10. Looks like Kevlaro. Yeah, he did run wide.
Kofi's just getting blocked completely.
Yeah,
he's horrible for his race at the moment.
He's losing time hand over foot here. Tries to make a move at Europe car. That's not really a place to overtake someone. He's trying, but he just can't get by the Audi and oh, that's a bit of lag, isn't it? Yeah. Rascal comes out the pits, out there in 4th place, so he's going to be fine. And more to the point, where is Darth going to come out? Here he comes. He's just coming out the pits.
He might have lost time, actually. He might come back behind this battle. Or behind one of them, at least. Kofi's making a move.
Oh, Oh, come on, let's see both of them here. Is Kevlaro going to get by side through Elf? And Kevlaro's up to 5th position, so basically that is a net 3rd place for Kevlaro. Although he's running wide though through Renault because Darth is still on the inside. Kofi's gone by Nico, as you said. And Nico's gone very wide off the exit of turn 3. That could be a penalty for Nico, unfortunately. Still side by side for first as the leader comes into the pits. And now look at Kofi!
Kofi's trying to go up the inside of Kev as well. He's going to have to hang it round the outside.
Into Seat they go. Darth has retaken a net 3rd place. But look at Kevlaro and Kofi side by side, door handle to door handle, now through Worth Curve.
Backs out.
So Kofi has regained 6th position, a net 4th place now. So that was a good racing there.
Oh, it was very, very clean. Very close and very clean.
And then, so we are now a quarter way through this race, and Alex Gaming had to serve a penalty. But he is now officially the race leader. So Alex Gaiman leading, but has not yet made a pit stop. Alex has now gone onto the hard tyres now. So he's getting those hard stint out of the way. But he will come out safely though in 2nd place. He's got 10 seconds over Rascal in 3rd. Goof, who is not yet pitted, in 4th. And you got this insane battle then for 5th on back with Darth, Kofi, Kevlaro and Nico.
And Kofi's got a slight run on Darth here, but I don't think he's going to be quite close enough into turn 1.
Kevlaro's got half a second penalty, so you may have to sacrifice 7th then to Nico. Which he does, yep. And so that will be
interesting now, up ahead, is with Alex on the hard tyres, is he going to be able to keep that gap to Rascal? Because if Rascal can catch up and pass Alex while he's on the hards, and then potentially if Rascal goes on to another set of mediums, he can hold Alex up.
Oh god, this battle with Darth Sorry, go on. Oh gosh.
Oh no, this is very, very close to a 5th at the moment, or a net 3rd.
Sorry, I'm just getting a stretch in there because Kofi's trying to find any which way to get by Darth. And he's trying to fake him out. Yeah, and then there's contact there. I tell you what, there's Kofi and Darth. There's some beef between these two.
Yeah, you'd think it looking at this. It's and Alex comes in from the lead as well.
And again, Kofi flashing the lights yet again.
Perhaps Kofi's on pad, but he's just been gifted a new wheel, so I wouldn't imagine so. Maybe he is genuinely upset with Darth.
No, I think he is still using the pad, I think. Yeah, quite possibly.
I think for the races in the Clio Cup, or the last race of the Clio Cup, he was on the wheel, but I'm not too sure. We'll have to quiz him about that later on.
Oh, I'll tell you what, where does Alex Gaiman come out of? Because mind he was in the battle and again flashing the lights on the start for the
time.
Yeah, Alex Gaiman. Yeah,
he's lost time.
Yeah, he's lost time, so he's going to fall back behind Kevlaro.
Penalty as well.
Another penalty.
1.5 second penalty.
He must have shortcut 10-15 again. Yeah, I think if you shortcut 10-15, that's the penalty that you get, unfortunately. So, Alex, it was a good ride so far, but it's kind of come unstuck in these last 2 laps because he did serve 2 penalties back to back. But
and
looks
still Kofi trying to go for the cutback on Darth. This is just insane racing. I think they've resigned to the fact that Alex and Rascal have gone for 1st and 2nd, and more flashing.
Is that even is that? I don't think that's actually. Is that illegal to do that, to flashing in the lights?
Excessive flashing is frowned upon.
Yeah, he's done that for quite a while now. He's done that for quite a few times, especially in these last couple of laps. Darth going defensive now into Laquaisa. And is Kofi going to go for the cutback because he got an overlap? No, he doesn't. The Porsche gets good traction out of there.
I can only see this ending in tears. This is going to be... Oh, look at that.
I tell you what, Kofi's got some road rage. He was on the power early. in Sabadell, and Darth is struggling to get that Porsche going. So there is definitely some mind games going on with Kofi and Darth. Anyway, Goof is the last one to make his pit stop, and he serves his pit now.
And now Darth goes defensive. Kofi doesn't follow.
Oh, we'll go tuck into the slipstream now.
End.
Goes back onto the racing line. Late braking it into the Elf chicane as he got it stick there. Is Darth going to push him off the track? There's more contact!
Oh.
And Kofi again forces his way through.
That was just on the limits of what's acceptable, but that was a good optimistic move, I think. Just giving him enough room, and then by the time he'd sort of shoved Darth a little bit wide, he had the overlap already. So good move from Kofi.
I tell you what, Darth will not be a happy chap. He'll be thinking, what I've done to Kofi, what have I done wrong to him?
Yeah. And then Nico's waiting in the wings. Kevlaro's waiting in the wings.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. They're
almost
not too far back.
Slipstream range.
God, I tell you what, over times I've seen Kofi race, I've never seen that much aggression from him. I've never known him to be quite an aggressive racer, but he was like that with Darth for quite a few amount of laps.
I'd have thought out of those two it would be Darth that's the more aggressive, because Darth is known to be a very aggressive defender and aggressive passer. But no, it's the turns have tabled. It's Kofi the one that's...
The turns have tabled? Do you mean the tables have turned?
Yes, that's the one.
There's an Inmanism right there.
Yeah. Darth just out of slipstream range just for the moment. But looking behind, Kevlaro is now looking to make a move on Nico.
And looks like Alex Gaiman has served yet another penalty. So Alex is not he's getting some part of the tracks completely wrong. And I think that's why he got the penalty, because he won extremely wide on the exit of the RACC chicane. And it's copped him with yet another penalty, so he's... This stint alone has been a nightmare for Alex Gaiman, because he was all over the back of Nico and Kevlaro. He's now nearly 6 seconds adrift. Now there's a guy...
I wouldn't think that either, because he's saved a lot of fuel in that Porsche. He went for a good couple of laps longer, but it's potentially the clean air that Nico and Kevlaro got themselves into.
Just looking here, further back through the field, Alex there in 8th. Now that he's on the medium tyres, he's got those hard stints out of the way. 9.3 seconds ahead of the original J-Boy, who has to serve a penalty. ART Goof in 10th, Furious in 11th, DD Ranger 13th, Antibiotic in 13th place, and in 14th place is Fubar, and there's also just been lapped by, I think that's Rascal just ahead. Yes, indeed it is. So Fubar, the first one to have been lapped.
And Rascal has gained a good couple of seconds on Alex so far in 4 or 5 or so laps.
But don't forget, Alex on the hard tyres though. Rascal isn't. So that could play a factor too.
He could still disrupt Alex later on in the race if he gets his foot down now, makes this medium stint count.
No one has yet to serve their 10-minute break just yet.
Kevlaro's got another half a second, but he's managed to get away from Nico 1.3 seconds ahead of Nico, but has got a penalty. He
may have used all of the track on the exit at 10:15, the second part of the chicane, because I think that's what Alex Gaming did the lap ago, and got a half a second penalty. So it could have been that as well. Meanwhile, looking at the aggressive Kofi there, and he's pulling away now from Darth. 1.2 seconds he has now over the Mexican. Kevlaro still in 5th.
To me, and this might be why Alex Gaming lost out, everyone changed their tyres apart from Kevlaro and Nico. So they are double stinting their medium tyres. So they've saved 3 or 4 seconds in the pits by not changing tyre.
Yellow flag though, someone's gone off at Campsa. That might have been, it's Darth! It was Darth, he's lost it on the exit of Campsa.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Now he's going to be in the battle with Kevlar and Nico for the rest of the race.
Did he stick 2 wheels on the gravel? Oh, it was the auto spin. He hit, it was the auto spin curb. Wow. No, he didn't stick.
Curbs are dangerous.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did see that. That's an unusual pace to have a auto spin right there.
Yeah.
And I think that will just... And again, half a second penalty for Alex Gaiman. That's about 4 penalties in 6 laps now for Alex Gaiman.
If he didn't have as many penalties, he'd be up with Kevlar and Nico still.
He should, yeah. Going back to that... Go on, yeah.
I said at the start, it's going to be whoever can keep it the cleanest for the longest is going to reap the benefits. And Rascal has caught up to within about 5.5 seconds of Alex, so he's motoring on here. 1.3 seconds faster than Alex on that last lap.
The fittest for endurance racing, Rascal is catching up to the GOAT of ARC, I should say, of Alex just ahead. I don't think this will concern Alex anyway. Because, like I said, Alex is on the hard compound tyres. He's getting that stint over and done with, whereas Rascal will still have those hards to use. So I don't think this will be a cause for concern for Alex, even if Rascal's catching him.
Yeah, there's the obvious tyre advantage, but if I was Rascal here, I would stay. I would keep pushing until I'm past Alex. Then see if I can get away from him as much as possible. Then in the next pit stop, if I'm ahead of Alex, stick the hard tyres on and hold Alex up as much as possible. Because then when he goes to the mediums, he's got a clean slate. He's potentially gained 10 seconds on Alex. But it is obviously difficult to hold Alex behind you for 20 laps.
I mean, you tried that on a couple of occasions in Season 5 at, Laguna Seca and at Kyoto, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I tried it. I tried it 3 times. Laguna, I failed. Dragon Trail, I succeeded. And Kyoto, I'm going to call that a half success. Because it was only the last lap.
It was the last lap, yeah.
But no, he's catching at a rapid rate.
And he's actually got more fuel than Alex too in that Mazda. Just a teensy bit, but not that much though. But he has got just a bit more fuel ahead of Alex, so we could be seeing a battle for the lead sometime soon. And I mean, Rascal's already a massive 23 seconds ahead of Kofi, who's now all alone in 3rd place. And I tell you what, if I was Darth, I mean, he'd be absolutely fuming. The way he was raced by Kofi and then having that auto spin curve, that's just going to be seeing steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah, apart from that one incident where Kofi pushed him wide at Renault at turn 3, the long sweeping right-hander.
Oh, Nico's done the same thing! Nico's just done the same thing as Darth! Exactly the same thing, and he's got a lot of damage. A lot of damage there. Was it the auto spin curb yet again? Yep, exactly the same as Darth.
There's been 2 victims there now. At that same point.
We didn't actually mention about damage. Does damage go away, or does he have to go into the pits to... Oh no, it's gone. Okay, so damage on light, we know that now. But disaster for Nico, down to 7th place, and Alex Gaiman with all those penalties up to 6th now. And also give a shout out as well to Alex Senior, because he is catching Alex Gaiman and Nico just in front now. 3.8 seconds, and he's flying. He's doing consistent... Well, looking at those times though, he's getting quicker and quicker. 46 dead, 46.6, 46.3, 46.1. Now he's into the 45s. 45.7, 45.7, 45.6. He's getting quicker and quicker, is Alex. And he is gaining a lot now on Nico. Only 3.6 adrift now. So watch out for Alex today. He could be a dark horse here to get a strong finish here in that Subaru. Yeah.
And looking at the fuel difference as well, Alex has got about 35-40% of fuel. Nico's on about 10 or 15. So he's going to be having to pit very, very soon because he only put a 3/4 of a tank in that last pit stop.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Let's have a look then to the battle for the lead then. Alex, we haven't forgot about Alex there. It's just he's in a world of his own at the moment, but the gap is still coming down. 3 seconds now it is between himself to Alex there. Alex, you know, Rascal putting consistent 44s in, whereas Alex putting in 45, so he is gaining like at least a second or so-ish a lap. Kofi now into third. Kevlaro is now 7 seconds adrift from Kofi, but it's now in a pretty much a 4th position. Darth is in 5th, Alex Game in 6th, Nico 7th, and Alex Tadeo rounds out the top 8. J-Boy in 9th, Goof in 10th, but he's getting hunted down by the Furious 2. Antibiotic is in 12th. DD Ranger is, I believe he's now a lap down. Yes, he is. There he is there. And in last place is Fubar. So 2 cars a lap down, DD Ranger and Fubar. And I think... oh no, my... yeah, there's Antibiotic making his way through Kamsa, and behind him is the leader, Alex.
So just 2.5 seconds between the top 2 now. Rascal can actually probably for the first time in a while see Alex up ahead of him.
Oh, he's pushing. He's really pushing, isn't he? Is this Rascal?
Yeah.
And fair play to Rascal. He's giving it a go.
He knows that this stint is the one that's going to potentially give him his only chance at a win.
But it's what is Alex going to do though? Because if Rascal's catching him, what's Alex going to do? Is he just going to say, okay, I'll let you by, or is he actually going to defend?
I would, if I was in his shoes, I would still defend, because I would think, what's he going to be doing? Why is, if he's going to be wanting to pass me very, very quickly and get ahead of me, then hold me up, why don't I just hold him up now? But we'll have to see.
He's just setting up.
We've seen before that Alex is not the best when it comes to confrontation, whereas Rascal is very, very aware and very aggressive at times when he needs to be, and he's just set a purple time as well in Sector 1 as Nico comes in.
Yeah, Nico's into the pit lane, so this will be his second stop. Although saying that, has Fubar made his second stop? I don't think he has at the moment. I don't think he has. No, I don't think he has. So Nico's the first to make his second pit stop. Will this be his 10-minute break, or is he going to go for another stint? Furious 2 is also in the pits. Is this a 10-minute break then for Nico? I think it looks like it is, because there's no fuel coming in the car, so this must be a 10-minute break then for Nico. What's Furious going to do? Is he going to put on... Is he going to do his 10-minute break or put on an... No, he's putting on a new set of tyres. Okay,
so
then...
Rascal's 1.3, 1.4 behind Alex now, and they've got lap traffic 2 seconds ahead of him.
That'll be Antibiotic just ahead.
There's no blue flag rules in these endurance events, so a blue flag acts as a warning that there's a faster driver behind, not that he must yield to him. So Antibiotic can defend his position if he wants. He doesn't have to let Alex past. He doesn't have to make it easy for him. But yeah, this could play into the hands of Rascal if he gets it right. If Antibiotic disrupts Alex a little bit.
Gap is now less than a second, so Rascal has really got the magnets on Alex. And yeah, what is Antibiotic going to be doing here? It's actually right on board again with Rascal. You see the blue lights being waved there, but as you say, there's no blue flag rules that's in this endurance race.
He's just creeping into slipstream range now.
Oh, he's going to get him on the start-finish straight, I reckon. Hey, you see that? I think Alex
yields.
Yeah, good awareness there from Anti. Didn't need to do that, but, you know, that's good driving standards there. Good racing etiquette on Antibiotics' part. But now, we've got ourselves a battle for the lead here, Inman.
We have. Rascal's going to be hoping he can dispatch the leader quickly.
But, as what the legend Muddy Walker says, catching up is one thing, getting by is quite another. And let's see what Rascal can do. And again, you can see Alex
a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to the middle of the track now, so let's see what Alex can.
He's going to make it easy for Rascal.
I don't think he will. No. But let's see what Alex's defensive driving is going to be like now.
You can see just how much more grip those medium tyres have compared to the hards.
It's always purple in the first sector is Rascal.
Yeah.
So he's got the first sector completely locked up. It's just the next two sectors are where it can be. Oh, did Alex get a little iffy on the exit of the Seat?
A little bit, yeah.
He's feeling the pressure. He is feeling the pressure, and I mean.
Oh, Rascal's going to get a penalty.
Is he?
He ran wide.
Oh, he did. Go. And is that going to hurt his momentum for doing it? Oh, that's. Do you know, for the driver, for something to do like that, and the way how he caught up to him, that's really going to hurt your momentum doing that now.
Yeah, he's just got to think, I've got the tyre advantage, I'm going to catch back up to him regardless. And yeah, it's maybe just halted his progress for a lap or two, but he's just got to think again of the bigger picture here, but he's pushing. Yeah,
he's got to get that penalty out of his mind and just start focusing ahead on Alex. He knows he's quicker than Alex on this stint, and he'll probably know that Alex is on the harder tyres. And as you said, this is go time for Rascal to make his move. Out comes J-Boy to make his second stint. What tyres has he gone on to? Mediums. And it's the same mediums he started on at the start of the race, I believe. Yeah, I think that is. So we've got 8 cars now on the lead lap. Goof is the last one now. Where is Goof? He's just making his way on Worth Curve. Now in towards Campsite. Someone else is in the pits. Is that Foop? No, it's Nico, sorry. Nico is serving his 10-minute break. But meanwhile, the battle now, half a second now between Alex to Rascal. It's Kevlado and Alex Tadia are now into the pits together. Also, look at the fuel difference there too. 5% difference is Alex more than what Kev has got. I see the message there from Night Racer. He missed this race because he wanted to take part of it. Apparently, Alex had delivery for him. And unfortunately just missed out. And now then, let's see what Rascal can do. Let's ride on board then with Rascal. Now in towards Lequaisa, 10-10. And he's all over the back of the Mazda. Has to get a little sideways off the rear. Kevlado's going on to his hard set of tyres. Only putting 74% of fuel in. I'm just wondering if Alex is doing his 10-minute break. No, he's not. He's going back to the full.
Oh, he's done that final corner really well.
Yeah, Alex missed the apex there, the second part of the corner.
Alex is defending a little bit.
Is he going to get him in towards Elf? He's getting closer, he's getting closer. Here we go then, side by side then for the lead. Oh, look at that, look how close they are. Rascal sticking on the outside, and that's a lead change, and he made that stick. That's a nice pass.
That's a good pass. And he's gonna
cover your ears, everyone.
Him through.
Cover your ears. We're on board with Alex. It'd be quite unusual to be seeing number 1 not on his board now. I thought that Mazda engine would be quite louder than this. I wonder if they toned it down a bit.
Maybe that was the
Possibly.
server maintenance.
Yeah, that
Get rid
was
of the noise.
That was oh yeah, that was for sure. Yeah, that was a hefty update early this week. I had like a 3 gig update. I thought they would have put it in a new track or something.
Yeah.
Oh, now Rascal's going defensive, and Alex weaving left and right, trying to force a mistake there from Rascal. But looks like Rascal is.
He doesn't need to do that because he's got the tyre advantage, and he's just got to have faith that he's going to pull away because of the tyre advantage, not because of, you know, breaking the slipstream or whatever. As Alex goes very wide into that first portion of the chicane,
and now the gap is increasing.
Out of slipstream.
Over a second now, and Rascal could just stretch his legs. But when did he make their first pit stop? Can you think back when it was
20 or 21? They were the last ones to go in, I think.
20 or 21.
One of the last ones.
Yeah, one of the last, yeah. So, looking at their tyre wear, it looks like Rascal's got about 20% of fuel in his car. About roughly the same for Alex as well. So, maybe they should be pitting possibly 6 or 7 laps then, maybe? So, these have got to be some big laps if Rascal to pull away and stretch his legs away from Alex on this stint alone. Meanwhile, Kofi sitting still now in 3rd place, and there's Darth in 4th. But now those two have separated them, possibly for the best, since Darth is not particularly would be happy with Kofi. There is 12 seconds, so separated them. Alex Gaming in 5th. Six seconds away from Darth. Then you got Kevlaro in 6th, and he's onto the hard tyres there. And there is Goof there, so that's a battle for position. And then just further back there, making his way towards the chicane, is Alex Tanier in 8th position. And I think he is still the last car on the lead lap, because Original J-Boy is just making his way towards Sabadell, and the leaders are just going in towards the RACC chicane. So 8 cars now on the lead lap. We're nearly halfway through this race, and an hour has already gone, Inman.
Indeed, we're almost halfway through this race. I believe Alex has pitted for a 2nd time, and that's why he's dropped off. So he's
which one, Alex?
Sort of like Alex Taniera.
Yeah, he did make his 2nd stop. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did it a couple of laps ago on lap. Yeah, lap 32 made his pit stop.
Yeah. So he only did sort of like 15, 16 laps on his first set of mediums, and then changed the tyres.
And I think he pitted in on lap 14 when he was on the hard tyres.
Yeah, did a very short hard tyre stint.
Well, not as short as Food Bars. I think he only did like 3 or 4.
Yeah. In contrast, Alex is going, by the looks of it, the full sort of distance with the hard tyres as his fuel will allow.
Meanwhile, Nico is back out on track. His 10 minutes is up, and he's gone onto the hard tyres. So he's the first then to make his the 10-minute stop, coming out just ahead of Alex Gaming. 13th place is DD Ranger, but he's not made a 10-minute stop just yet, though. But he is still running in last position. Antibiotic and Food Bar are making their stops. And they've both come out there respectively, still 11th and 12th. And none of them two have decided to yet to make their 10-minute break, which they've got halfway to do. I think the pit window closes on lap 70 when you have to serve your 10-minute break. And we are halfway through that race now. Now meanwhile, Rascal is flashing red now, so he is pulling away again, up to 2.7 seconds, whereas Alex is also flashing red as well. Alex Kamen is found away by Nico. Now then, we could have a potential battle going on here for 7th place now. Goof versus Tania for 7th and 8th, and Tania has actually been really looking good in that Subaru. Let's ride on board with Alex as he's hunting down Goof.
Yeah, he's been putting in some solid lap times to be able to catch up to the back.
And just further ahead there. Oh, go on.
He's got his hard stint out of the way as well. So, whereas a lot of the guys ahead are still going to have to use the hard tyres, and Kevlaro as well is currently on the hard tyres, Alex can go all the way to the end on mediums.
Gap still coming down then. It's going to be within slipstream distance. No, that Porsche looks like it's got some grunt now. It's pulling away from Alex, not less if the Subaru's not that good on the straight line. As now Rascal comes in, and I think Alex will jump suit too, which indeed he does. Are the top two going to make their 10-minute stop? Or they're going to go for another stint? Or is Rascal going to go to the hard tyres? There's so many questions to ask.
I think if I was Alex, this would be a perfect opportunity to take a break, because if Rascal carries on and Alex takes a break, he's not going to be held up, so he's going to have clean air to do his stints.
Looks like Alex is not doing. Looks like both of them are not doing it. Yeah, I think they're both.
Kofi's in as well.
Kofi's in, yeah, as well as Darth. Looks like it's going to be the same stint. Oh no, it's going to be new sets of mediums then for Rascal. And Alex is going to come out 3.3 seconds behind. So I think Alex may have lost a bit of time on that stop alone.
Kofi's taking his 10-minute break now.
Yeah, probably just to settle down.
Too is Darth.
I think both of them to settle down.
Yeah.
There's Kofi's in the chat. Kofi's in the chat saying, "Hello, boys. You've been a bit aggressive then, Kofi. What was that about with battling with Darth there? Was there no love lost between you two? What's going on there?" You should really see what they're saying in the chat, because I know Darth's been chatting as well before, after qualifying.
Alex Tania is looking for a move.
That'll be
inside into turn 1.
Yeah. Going in towards Elf, and that is 5th position now for Alex. I mean, he could be a dark horse here, is Alex. He could be.
Yeah, he certainly proved himself last week in Tokyo in the Clios, that he can hang with the very best. So he'll be one to watch out for.
Now, what is the gap then that Alex has over Kevlaro? Just about 6 seconds now, and Kevlaro's on the hard tyres. So Alex needs to push now. He's got by Goof. He's got to set his sights now on Kevlaro just ahead in a 4th position. There's a bit of a cars there scrape. That might be the leaders actually, isn't it? Yeah, that is. And Alex, the gap is dropping 2.5 seconds. He's gained 7 tenths alone on this lap on Rascal. Alex there in 3rd, but he's not yet made his 2nd stop. And he's a full nearly 40 seconds ahead of Kevlaro, but he is on the hard tyres there. Kofi's saying he felt his pace was dropping. Right then, let's have a look then at Goof there in 6th position. It's had a bit of a quiet race, this Goof, but he's still been driving very clean. Solid effort there for Goof.
Yeah, definitely. Has picked up a couple of penalties, but other than that, been a very, very good affair for him.
And Alex is still now closing up on Kevlaro. The gap less than 5 seconds now.
And again, those two separated by nothing in qualifying. Same sort of pace, and Kevlaro's been running you know, in the top 5.
I tell you what, there's
Darth having his incident, and Nico having his incident, Alex could be in a very, very good position if he can catch up to Kevlaro here.
Tell you one guy I haven't mentioned about here is the Furious 2. I haven't talked about him for a while. He was also number 1, like Alex Tenier, as well as Fubar. Started the race on mediums, and there he is now up in 8th position, and he's got 7th place J-Boy in his sights there, 5.2, 5.1. So we ain't talked about him, but he's having a good race so far now. Furious up in that 8th position.
Yeah, he's been sort of quietly working his way up. Yeah, putting in some stonking lap times. The last 3 laps, for example, 47.1, 47 dead, 47.1. He's looked to have been very consistent.
Compared to the guy that's ahead of him, J-Boy, he's done a 48.3, 48.2 and a 47.6. So pretty much all alone, he's gained about 3 seconds alone in those 3 laps. So, you know, Furious is going at it. Although saying that, though, looking at the tyres, though, Furious has got fresher tyres than J-Boy. I think J-Boy actually has those tyres that he started the race with, I think.
Yeah, he might have triple stinted those tyres, but this is the disadvantage you get of double or triple stinting.
Yeah.
Or of multi-stinting, where towards the end of that tyre's life, it becomes horrible to drive.
Still looking then at Alex there, the gap 2.4 seconds. So Rascal was starting to hold his own over Alex.
So this may worry Alex a little bit. If he can't catch up to Rascal on the same tyres, then... But then again, Rascal does use the hard tyres still.
Yeah, so I think that's the key point now. Anyway, we're halfway through this race. So let's give you then a full rundown then. So Rascal leads the way. 2.3 seconds he has over Alex, who is 4.4 seconds ahead of Alex Gaiman, but he's yet to make his second pit stop, I think that is. Yeah, second pit stop, yeah. Then you've got Kevlaro Kevlaro in 4th, and he's been hunted down by Alex Tenier. 1.6 seconds now it is. ART Goof in 6th, the original J-Boy in 7th, 8th is the Furious 2, 9th is Antibiotic, and he is still a lap down. 10th is Fubar in the 4GT, 11th is DD Ranger, Darth Nailu, Darth is in 12th, Kofi 13th, and Nico 14th. Kofi and Darth are 7 now, 10-minute break, whereas Nico has already served his, so he's trying to catch up, so to speak.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Nico comes out in relation to Darth, because obviously they've both had their offs. Nico a little bit less so than Darth, so, and they were in that midfield battle together.
Meanwhile, Goof is making a pit stop. Is this going to be a 10-minute break, or is it going to be... Yeah, but it's a 10-minute break then for Goof. He's going to serve his. So that's now 4 people that have done their 10-minute break. And now Rascal's gap now less than 2 seconds. Rascal catching every bit away there, but I think Rascal got a little bit sideways off of RACC. Yeah, he set a 45.2 that lap time, whereas Alex hit a 44.6. Alex Gaiman will come into the pits now to serve his second stop. And I think he is the last of them to have make their second pit stop. Now I'm wondering if he's going to be doing his 10-minute stint.
Alex Tenier looks like he's wanting 4th place off Kevlaro now. He's within half a second.
No, Alex Gaiman going for another stint there. So let's have a look at this battle then for 4th. Kevlaro on the hards, Alex on the softs, now towards the RACC. Show that bit of patience there, Alex. But looks like the Aston had good traction off that corner. So Alex can't pass Kevlaro on the start-finish straight. Excuse me there, I just had a bit of a burp there.
Alex is going to struggle here because that Subaru has no straight line speed, and the Aston's very, very quick in a straight line, especially on like mid-speed acceleration. So he's not going to really be able to pass at turn 1 unless Kevlara makes a mistake, or unless he gets a godly run out of the final corner.
Just also wanted to know too that Alex Gaiman came out ahead of this battle, so that's going to be pivotal for Alex Gaiman. Looks like Alex has got the run then out of Repsol going into Seat and sticks him behind Kevlaro. But he's right there though. Or is he going to make a move through Worth? No. I think realistically you've got to get yourself a good run out of Camps and try and get the run in, you know, try and late break him into Lecraisa maybe. Let's see if he can do that. Don't forget the auto spin curb. No, that's fine. Has he got the run on Kevlaro down the short chute? He's thinking about making a move at Lecraisa. Tries to force a mistake.
Trying to play games, make himself big. Oh!
That's a nice save.
Tail happy there. Yeah, realistically in these GT3 cars, you're looking at turn 1.
Oh, what a run he's getting here! He's got to move. Oh, contact there for the RACC chicane. I don't know what Kevlaro did at Europe car, but that's 4th place there for Alex. Let's have a look at a replay. What happened there with Kevlaro?
That was quite a dive, but I think he just had the overlap. But it's going to be one that for potentially a report and a look over it from the stewards.
Possibly. There was a bit of lag there going into a Europe car.
Yeah, that's not normally an overtaking place. So I was just about to say that in these GT3 cars, you're looking at turn 1 and turn 10 as your only real overtaking opportunities. Maybe Repsol turn 4 if you get a good run, but as I said, it's really hard to overtake around this track, especially if you haven't got a tyre advantage. Speaking of, Alex and Rascal,
a nose to tail.
Exactly.
So Alex is
looking for a move.
Alex has got the magnets on Rascal now, so Rascal's lead may be cut short now. And no matter whatever you're going to do, if you're going to try and defend your lane up against the pit wall, Alex is going to follow you no matter what. J-Boy makes his I think that'll be his 3rd pit stop now, I think. And he's going to serve his 10-minute break right now. He has not gone into the hard tyres just yet, but he is serving his 10-minute stop right now. But let's concentrate now for the battle for the lead. Rascal, who's been leading it since, what I say, lap 34 maybe, lap 33. So he's led more than 10 laps in this race alone, but he's got Alex now all over the back of that Honda. Just seen here there, yep, Kofi and Darth have finished their 10-minute stops, so they are out. Nico is into the pits, which I'm guessing he's done his hard tyre stint. He's back onto the mediums now. So Goof is 7 his 10-minute stop. Kofi, Darth and Nico have done theirs, as well as the original J-Boy, who is doing his 10-minute right now. But Alex then stalking Rascal right behind. When you were battling with Alex then at Kyoto, what was it like just seeing him all over the back end of your Lexus?
It was scary. I mean, when you've got the fastest person in the league behind you, you're not going to be feeling comfortable at all, regardless of what the circumstances are. Especially if you're trying to defend from him being faster than you. And especially as he's got a very good run into the braking zone there. He's now really all over the back of Rascal. Rascal's a little bit wide.
Oh, is he thinking about making a move? No, Alex tucks him behind. Like, it must be feeling quite intimidating to have Alex right up behind you. It must be feeling like that.
Yeah, and I think Rascal hasn't had that much experience with Alex behind him in the Group 3 Championships, so this may be a kind of novel thing, but Rascal has dealt with a lot of big names before, inside and outside of ARC, so we'd like to think he knows how to deal with the pressure, and by the looks of it, he's dealing with it very, very well.
Yeah, he's definitely holding his own. There was some lap traffic just ahead. That is Furious 2 there, up in 6th now, that they are catching up to. But I think they'll have like another 2 laps or so before they'll catch up and lap the Furious 2. Oh, Rascal looks like he got a little bit sideways there, caught too much curb there on 14.
He's going to have to defend coming out.
Yeah, he's going to have to defend really quickly. Yeah, indeed he does. And now let's... Right on board then, Rascal pulls out of the slipstream, goes to the right part of the track. Nearly going onto the racing line. Side by side then, 2 Japanese manufacturers going at it. Who's going to be late on the brakes? It's going to be Rascal that holds on. So Rascal can pretty much defend now. That's good going that from Rascal.
It's just a shame he still has to use the hard tyre.
Yeah.
Because this would be a monstrous battle. Especially here as well, going into Seat. This is a sort of overtaking opportunity if you're brave, but Rascal fending it off.
I would have done it on the inside, not the outside though. Fubar's into the pits from 8th. So too is Kevlaro, so he's done his hard stint out of the way. Alex faking. He's faking a move, isn't he?
Every which way.
Oh, is he going to do late braking at Lequais? So he's thinking about it. No. We'll just check to see if Fubar's doing his 10-minute stint. It looks like he is. Yep. And what about Kevlaro?
Kevlaro's doing his 10-minute stop as well.
Yep. So back up front with the battle then. Oh, look at this. They are so close. They're literally nose to tail. And they are catching up on the Furious 2 now. I think they'll catch the Furious 2 on this lap now. So Rascal's going to have to be smart here on where to get by. Oh, in fact, he goes to the middle of the track there, trying to break the toe from Alex. Gets back on the racing line, takes it nice and tidy through Elf. Lap 47 out of 80. The top 2, you know, after 1 hour and 23 minutes of racing, the gap between the leaders, first and second, is less than 0.3 of a second. And that is with, after, what, 83 minutes of the race?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex! I thought he was diving out.
There's going to be just no letting up from Alex here.
No, this is just going to be constant pressure, and let's see if Rascal can sustain it though. And then, like I said, they are catching up with the Furious 2 in a hurry now, and they're going up towards Campsa, which could be a dangerous corner there, because don't forget you got the auto spin curb. And will Furious move out of the way? It looks like he's not, so this is going to be even more of a challenge now for Rascal, because he's going to have to try and get by Furious, and in doing so, do not let Alex get ahead of him.
Yeah, this is always the worst part, when you've got lap traffic and the fastest guy behind you. He's going to have to be very clever about where he passes.
He's got to be at the start for this straight. Rascal, he's just got to show that. Oh God, the Furious sideways there. That put Rascal off there, because Furious got it absolutely sideways off of the RACC chicane, and it put Rascal off. And Alex, ever the opportunist, takes the lead. Here's a replay. Yeah. Rascal got held up from Furious, who was sideways off of turn 15. And Alex there, just opportunistic pass, and that's the lead.
He'll not be best pleased with that.
No, definitely no. Rascal won't be there. He would have got held up there with Furious getting sideways there.
It's just now a question of whether he can cling onto the back of Alex until the next pit stop.
Yeah, I mean,
see if you can try and get back past.
See if you can show your mettle, if you can just hold on there with Alex. I think, what could Rascal do? What could he do? Would you do the tactic of just try and stay behind him and save fuel? And maybe jump him in the pits?
Well, he's got to be ahead of him by the time he puts the hard tyres on to have any chance at all. So, I don't know. He's either got to get past on track or save so much fuel that he jumps him in the pits. He's got to choose either one of them, because if he stays behind him and comes out of the pits behind him on hard tyres, he's got no chance.
It looks like that gap is going up now. It's over 8 tenths now, well, nearly 8 tenths, so Rascal could be out of slipstream distance when they come onto the straightaway.
He's only just
though, yeah, he's just clinging on, but it's just going to be a matter of time of when Alex will just step it up a gear and just pull away. Although, to be fair though to Rascal, he is gaining, so he's not giving that up without a fight. Is Rascal? Meanwhile, Furious is coming into the pits now. Is he making
Alex
his...
Tenier is within half a second of Alex Gaming. So he's caught right up to the back of him.
10-minute break then for Furious then. Let's ride on board then with Alex Tenier. Yes, you are right, yeah. So Alex having a tremendous race at the moment. Actually set his best lap, the last lap, of 1:45.2, which is only 8 tenths slower than the fast lap set by Alex. So Alex Tenier is absolutely flying.
And
but he's got a pit.
He's
coming to the pits, yeah. He may serve his 10-minute break, since the others will probably have as well. Kev, Kofi, Darth.
And Darth was within, even after his incident on the autospin curb, he was still within 10 seconds of Kofi. Now he's 25 seconds adrift. So
he's on the hard tyres. I've just looked at, yeah, he's on the hard tyres. Yeah.
That'll explain it then.
What about Kofi? Is he's still on the medium tyres? Always battling with the original J-Boy.
Yeah.
That's not for position though.
That's blue flags, but again, he doesn't have to yield.
Well, yeah, because J-Boy's down in 14th and Kofi's in 10th, so J-Boy would have to yield over to Kofi. So look then at Fubar making his 10-minute stop. He's now, I think that's 8 minutes in, so he's probably done about 7 minutes of his stop. And looks like Alex is doing his 10-minute break as well. So as it stands right now, looking at Alex there, letting by both Alex and Rascal. As we're on to lap 50 out of 80. Don't forget, 20 more laps and then you have to serve your 10-minute break. Oh, Rascal.
Alex has stepped it up a gear. He's just put in a 44.3.
Yeah, that's and that was the fastest lap of the race as well. So we're going to be a rundown then on lap 50 out of 80, so 30 laps to go. Alex has not made his 10-minute stop. Neither has Rascal, Alex Gaiman. Neither has Antibiotic in 4th. Alex Tenier in 5th is currently doing his 10-minute. DD Ranger in 6th. We ain't seen a lot of him, but he's in 6th position. And he's flashing red as well, so he may come into the pits this time by, but he's also not yet served his 10-minute stop. The Furious 2 in 7th is doing his 10-minute stop, as well as Kevlaro. Kofi has already done his 10-minute break. Fubar is in 10th position. He should be coming out in about a minute or so. Darth has also done his 10-minute break, as well as Goof, Nico, and the original J-Boy. And that is how they are after 50 laps. Let's see what lap time this is then for Alex of 1:44.2. He is flying now, and he knows it's go time. Yeah.
And he's saved more fuel than Rascal as well. So you would think Alex has now got this completely wrapped up, barring any massive mistakes.
DD Ranger's going in. Looks like he's not doing his 10-minute stint just yet. He's adding more fuel into the car. So he's still going in to do it. Looks like he's onto the hards. No, he's onto the same set of mediums. I don't think he has done his hard stint yet as DD. Not that I know of, anyways. How would you feel if you're Rascal that you know it's quite? Do you feel quite disheartened that Alex has just got that extra gear and you're trying as hard as you can to try and stay with Alex, but like he says, he's just got that extra gear just to pull away. Like that must be so disheartening for a driver like Rascal to, even though he's trying his hardest to keep up with him, Alex is still pulling away.
Yeah, I mean, Rascal's not got to forget that he is one of the fastest drivers on the game anyway. It's just Alex is probably one of the elite drivers of the game. So, you know, take nothing away from Rascal because he is a minute ahead of the next car. But, yeah, as you said, Alex has just got that extra gear when he needs it.
Right then, so now we can see Kofi now making an appearance into the top 8 now. He is 10 minutes and 4 seconds away from the leader. Ooh. Hold on a second there. If Kofi's 10 minutes and 3 seconds away from the leader, and the leaders have not yet served their 10 minutes yet. Hold on a second here, Inman.
But Kofi hasn't used the hards.
Oh, he hasn't used the hard tyres. And he's also served the half a second penalty while we're just on board with him.
Although Rascal hasn't used the hards. So
yeah,
he could
Rascal
be on
hasn't
for a
used
second.
Potentially. Well, he just needs to count those penalties there. I don't think Alex Gaming has done the hard sets, hasn't he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he has as well, no. Antibiotic.
Has, by the looks of it, double stinted his mediums.
And Antibiotic is making his 10-minute break. So that means we will have just 4 races that have not yet done their 10-minute stop. Alex Rascal, Alex Gaming and DD Ranger. Let's have a look then at some of the other people through the back there. There's Fubar. He's back out on track now on a new set of mediums. Like I says, he has already done those hard stints. He did do it on the the start of the race. And there's Kevlaro in 10th, who's also done his 10-minute stint too. And he has got 40 seconds ahead of behind Darth in 9th position. But Darth is on those hard sets of mediums. No, for some odd reason, I'm just trying to check on the football scores too while I'm looking at the racing as well.
Rascal's still kind of keeping in check with Alex, but
yeah, still losing ground though.
Slowly pulling away.
Yeah, again, Alex is just drifting away from Rascal, 2.3 seconds. However, as you see, Rascal is now over a minute now ahead of Alex Gaben.
But then he may have to watch out for Kofi as well.
Yeah, Kofi in 8th position, yeah.
He's teetering on the edge. He's losing time to Alex and Rascal, but he's at 10 minutes and 3 seconds behind Rascal.
Yeah. And now that's him up to 7th now. So, Rascal's 2nd place is not entirely safe.
Because they've both got to use the hard tyres now. So they are pretty much even Stevens at the moment.
Barring if Rascal and Kofi makes a mistake though.
Yeah. think Alex must have made a mistake on that lap, or Rascal had a very... Yeah, Rascal had a very good lap, 44.5 on that lap, faster than Alex, but he's gained about 3/10 on that lap as well.
Yeah,
so...
you say faster than Alex. On my screen, that's 8 thousandths quicker than Alex's last lap.
An achievement still.
Yeah, Alex's times looks like he's dropping a bit. 40 since he did that first, the fastest lap that he's done, he's been dropping back a bit. 44.3, 44.4, and 44.5. Do you think he's trying to stabilise that gap now before making that 10-minute stop?
Yeah, so there could be a number of reasons, I guess. One of them might be like mind games, like make Rascal think he's got a chance and then pull away later. But then also, you know, put a fast lap in, as I say, as he goes purple again. Put a fast lap in to sort of scare him and put him under pressure, and then stabilise the gap. Take less risk of spinning out. And Rascal gets a little bit loose on the exit of Europe car there.
And he's now over 3 seconds now behind Alex, so it's not going to be a good lap there for Rascal.
Alex can probably do another 2 laps, and Rascal's got to come in now.
Yeah, indeed he does.
So will he be doing his 10-minute stop?
Let's see what he'll do. Only 5% of fuel left in the car.
Kofi keeping the gap to Rascal as well, but he's got half a tank of fuel's advantage over Rascal as well. So he's got like 5 or 6 seconds of refueling advantage over Rascal.
Quite possibly, yeah. Yeah, and Rascal is 7, his 10-minute stop. So Kofi needs to put on these fast laps in to try and catch up to, well, try and get by Rascal for effectively a net 2nd place. But the only problem with that, though, is if Kofi catches up with Rascal, Kofi's fuel's not going to be looking too good.
Yeah, he's going to have to put an extra stop in.
Yeah, he will do.
Point. I think he may just come into the pits as Rascal exits, and then maybe have to put the hard tyres on. But who knows how this one's going to pan out.
So with Rascal making his 10-minute stop, that will put Alex Gaming now into 2nd place, and he's having a tremendous drive as Alex. He did do a few silly mistakes there, having a few penalties off of the RACC chicane, but I think he's sorted that problem out, and he's having a great race now. 2nd place, still though he's yet to make his 10-minute stop. I don't think he's done the hard tyres yet, but this will be great confidence though for Alex.
Yeah, he could be probably fighting for 4th position eventually with Darth and who else?
Alex,
Laro, maybe.
Alex Tadir as well. Yeah. Looking then at Alex Tadir, sorry.
Nico's dropped back quite a lot.
Let's see where Nico is. He's sitting there in 11th position, stuck behind Fubar in the 4GT. I'm trying to think back, has Nico also done the hard tyres there? As Fubar gets it completely wrong there out of Werf Curve, and he tank slapped there. No contact there, he just lost the car on entry by the looks of it. Or did the rear step away from him? Yeah, it looked like the rear stepped away from him.
Yeah,
so a bit unfortunate.
It's a mid-engine car, so very difficult around these sort of mid-speed corners. Probably just caught him out a little bit.
Nice, give him more blue flags being waved to him because that's the original J-Boy there in 12th there. Let's have a look then at Alex Tadir. The gap now between himself to Kevlaro is 7 seconds. Let's see what lap times Kevlaro. What is Alex doing to Kevlaro? Because now they're both on the medium tyres. Alex did a 44.7. Oh no, because he's just come out of the pits. Sorry. I think, yeah. Yeah, he may have come out of the pits then. What's Kevlaro done? Kevlaro did this... Oh, Kevlar made a little mistake on the exit of Seat. So it's going to cost him a couple of attempts here and there. But he's been doing 46s on those mediums. Although it looks like he does have more fuel. Oh no, Alex has got way more fuel than Kevlaro. So it looks like Alex can actually pull away from Kev at this rate alone. Rascal's saying this is the hardest race I've ever done. Well, I tell you what, it's definitely tough then trying to hold back a Alex though. Let's be fair.
It does look like a very, very grueling race, especially around this circuit.
I tell you what, where is Kofi now? Kofi's up to 5th now. 10 minutes and 8 seconds behind, but his fuel is down to nearly about 27%, I want to say.
So Kofi's got just about 3 laps left before Rascal comes out. Because Rascal's on 54 and Kofi's on 51, coming on to 52 now. So he's got just 2 or 3 laps just to make the most ground on Rascal as he possibly can, to see if he can jump him in his 10-minute stop.
Well, that's DD Ranger now into 3rd place. Just seeing if we've got more people there watching. We've got 9 people watching. Don't forget to give this race a thumbs up if you want to get yourselves involved in this. As Alex comes into the pits, you want to get yourself involved in this. If you're new to this, there is a Discord link in the chat, in the description below. If you want to get yourself involved in this as well, we'll put you through a couple of rookie tests, and you know, if you pass the test, then you're pretty much good to compete in whatever championship you want to compete in, or any endurance racing you want to get involved in, like this, what we're doing right now. You know, the more the welcome that you are. And Alex is doing his 10-minute break as well, so the gap he has over to Alex Gaming is 1 minute and 14. So that will only leave Alex Gaming and DD Ranger to have yet to make their 10-minute stop.
So they've put in a mammoth stint of almost 2 hours without stopping.
Yeah.
Getting like a 30-second break in each pit stop.
And now Alex Gaming is retaking the lead back again of this race. This is going to be a matter of time of when DD Ranger takes that 2nd spot. He's being chased down by Kevlaro, who's now into 8th position. And let's see what it is now then. So Rascal is on to about... Is that 8 minutes now it says on Rascal's screen? Or was that 6? That's 8. Okay. Yeah, 8 minutes there. And Kofi...
So Kofi's just got this one more lap to do to make it count, and at the moment he's been doing sort of very low 45, so he's done a 45-0, 45, 45-5, 45-3, 45 dead, 45-1, 45-3, 45-5, so mid to low 45s, whereas Rascal has been doing high 44s in his last laps going up to this stint. So Kofi's potentially lost a couple of seconds through not having as much pace as Rascal did in this last stint.
Rascal's saying he's got 3 more minutes left to do. So yeah, I'm guessing he's got 2 laps to do. He's got 2 laps to do, I think.
Yeah, so I think Rascal is at the end of lap 54, so he'll come out at the start of 55. So Kofi's just about to go on to 54. So he's got the rest of this lap and 1 more, and then Rascal will come out.
Right, here we go. Then out goes, then into New Holland goes Kofi. And I think I also just noticed there too, the lead Alex Gaming 7, yet another penalty. Yep, half a second penalty yet again for Alex. That's probably about the 6th or 7th time he's had to serve a penalty on the start-finish straight too.
We need to have a penalty counter ticker thing.
Oh yeah, we should do. We should do.
For everyone.
It'd be hard to keep up though. Anyway, there's Nico actually catching up on Alex Gaming. Nico in 10th. How far back is he to Goof there? 13 seconds he is away from Goof.
Who has got a 1.3 second penalty.
Yeah, but you have to cop at Campsell at the start finish line. And just further ahead there, you just see that blue and yellow Aston. That was Kevlaro. So that gap's going to increase now all the more. Let's see what Alex gap is now. Alex to Kevlaro is about 8.1 seconds. So Kevlaro's found a bit of momentum, consistency again. I'm just wondering if Alex is actually catching up to Darth. Although saying that, Darth is still on the hard tyres and he's going to be pitting within the next 5 laps or so. Right, here's a look then at Kofi. I think Rascal should be making his tyre change somewhat soon. Is he going to go into the hard tyres, or is he sticking with a new set of mediums? But where is Kofi? Here he comes then.
So Rascal starts his tyre change.
And Kofi's just
going to come out ahead.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will.
But he's still got another pit stop to do.
And Rascal's gone onto the hard tyres and only put 58% of fuel in the car.
Ah. So he's looking to do a very short... because he's probably going to go to like lap 60, 61, because the mediums can go sort of 20 laps. So he's looking to go to about lap 60... Well, actually about 63, 64, 65. And then do an all-out sprint on the final stint of mediums.
And Kofi's flashing red now, so he's going to have to make a pit stop sometime very, very soon.
I think Rascal's probably more safe than we thought in this second position, because Kofi will lose 30, 35 seconds in the pit stop alone.
Just looking here at DD Ranger, he's now into second place, but he's actually a full lap behind the leader Alex Gaming. Actually nearly 2 laps then, because Alex is just going towards Lecraisa, whereas DD Ranger's just going in the exit of Sabadell. Right then, so Kofi now up into 4th, but there's Rascal who's putting on the hard tyres, so Kofi's got to get going here. He's got to push the car
in this time by.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he could do. Let's see what Kofi can do. Is he going to... No, he's going to do another lap, is he? Yeah, he's staying out. I think he's just trying to build a bigger gap to Rascal as much as he can and then make the pit stop.
Yeah. He's going to have to get a motor on if he wants to even get second place.
Rundown then, we're on lap 61 out of 80, so about 19 laps to go. Alex Gaming leading, DD Ranger second. Ain't talked a lot about DD Ranger, but he's doing all right there, second place, even 3 minutes 20 behind the leader. He's quite a new face to the ARC, competed in the GR3 Championship as well. So gaining all that more experience and then hopefully be a contender later on in the ARC, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like he's sort of battling for a top 10 position potentially. Just looking around at that sort of part of the field, Nico has dropped back quite a lot. so I don't know whether he's just made a mistake or not been pushing that much. But he's dropped back because he was originally in the battle with Alex, Kevlaro, and Darth.
I'm just wondering if he's just made a pit stop, because he did a 2-minute 26, and looking at his fuel, he's fueled all the way pretty much up to the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, he may have made another stop.
Still about, even without a stop, he's still way behind the people that he was battling with in the start.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if the incident that he had on the exit of the camps has actually dented his confidence. Like it's lost a lot of momentum, hasn't it? Well, you know,
I mean, he might just be playing it safe through that sequence of the track on the exit.
Yeah, he's just plodding along there in the 11th place, and look behind there, Furious 2, only 3.6 seconds behind in that Beetle, as you see in the shot. And they are 16 seconds behind the original J-Boy in 10th, Goof in 9th. Now let's have a look at Alex Tanier, because the gap is coming down now, 21 seconds. He has pulled up to 10 seconds away from Kevlaro.
Kofi's just come out of the pits, a mere 40 seconds behind Rascal. But he's gone onto the medium tyre.
He's still on the mediums. So it looks like he's going to go for a hard stint at the end, I reckon.
Yeah.
Darth's into the pits. So that's going to enable Alex to go Tanier into 6th. Puts in about 3/4 of fuel in there, and now Alex Kamen comes into the pits now, probably to do his as we've got like 8 laps to go until you have till you do your 10-minute stop. So this will be effectively Alex's 10 minutes pit stop. So that means that will only leave DD Ranger to serve his 10-minute stop, as Alex now comes out, and Rascal comes out ahead of Alex.
Wow.
But don't forget, the Rascal is serving his hard tyres, so he has to he'll have to pit quite soon.
Even then, Alex entered the pits 3.5-4 seconds ahead of Rascal. So I wonder what he could have lost there. Potentially just Rascal doing some
just
stints
pushing
on lower fuel.
Well, looking at his times there, his 2 laps. I'm not including the out lap that he did, because he did a 44.7. But the two laps afterwards, a 46.1 and a 46.2 on the hard tyres. I think that's still quite fast, though, considering we've seen other drivers do less times than that on hard tyres, I think.
Yeah.
He's going defensive, though.
So, see, here's the thing. Rascal is pitting again because of the fuel. But, I mean, we've seen that Alex has been able to last 21 laps on a full tank. With some moderate fuel saving, and it looks like he's fuel saving to the max now. He's got, what, 24 laps to do now, or 23 from here, so it'll be a 24 lap stint in total if he chooses to, if he can save enough fuel to not have to do another pit stop. But he is going to have to save a lot. Otherwise, he's going to be in a battle for position with Rascal.
Looking at the back of Rascal's Honda racing car there. And just again, Alex stalking the back of Rascal. It's going to be a matter of when is Alex going to make the move. But again, Rascal going defensive. He's not giving up without a fight, is Rascal. And I mean, again, like I said, fair play to him for doing it. He is putting up a fight to Alex. But it's just going to be, it's going to be soon when Alex is going to make the move and just drive off into the distance. Oh, that was so close there on the exit of Seat.
So Rascal as well is opting for a very short hard stint so that you can get more time on the mediums. And if you remember back, Alex did a full 20 or so laps on the hards. So that's maybe up to 10 laps of tyre advantage in Rascal's favour, potentially.
Making their way now through Sabadoo. May's in the chat saying, get in there, Rascal. Not seen May for a while in this chat there, as DD Ranger now officially takes the lead of the race. And he's got to do 7 more laps until he has to do that 10-minute stop. But meanwhile, behind DD Ranger, the battle for effectively the race lead is still going on, as Rascal up against the pit wall, trying to hold protection, hold station for the lead.
I think Alex is just sticking behind Rascal here, trying to save fuel so that he doesn't have to do another stop. Because if he has to do another pit stop, he's going to be in a battle for position.
Whoa!
As Rascal gets onto the grass. That's going to give the inside to Alex. Rascal goes wide.
Yeah, lost momentum again, did Rascal. And that is into the lead of the race now for Alex.
And a half a second penalty for Rascal for his efforts.
Yeah, just to add insult to injury.
He's going to be annoyed at himself for that mistake. But I was just thinking that Alex... This could be a blessing in disguise for Rascal, potentially. Depending on how well Alex can save fuel. Because it's going to be very, very, very tight on fuel with Alex.
This race may not be over just yet though, so Alex, as you say, may need to fuel save. Rascal burns his penalty at Campster now. And the gap now over 2 seconds now he has away over Alex. And here's a look then at DD Ranger, still holding the lead of the race, but he is flashing on that fuel gauge. Sliding his way through the RACC chicane and does yet another lap. He wants to enjoy his time out in front, this DD. And why not? Why not? He's entitled to do so. But should be pitting in this time by anyways, as he's on lap 64 out of 80, and he is the last one to make a 10-minute stop. Don't forget, you've got until 70 laps until the 10-minute stop is done, and he's the last one to do so. Alex Gaiman still in the pits, still in second place effectively. Third is Alex, but he is now a lap adrift of Alex Gaiman. Rascal in fourth, Kofi fifth, Alex Tania in sixth.
And out of all of this, Alex is looking like he can finish in fourth place.
He could do, yeah, he could. Well and truly. Oh, which Alex are you on about? Alex Gaiman or Tania?
Alex Taniera.
Oh, yeah, it could do.
Because Alex Gaming is going to come out quite close to him. But we've seen Kevlaro has dropped off. Darth had his incident. Nico had his incident. And Alex has kept it clean for the longest. He's not had... I don't recall him getting a penalty. And he certainly hasn't gone off. Whereas all his other rivals around him have. And Alex Gaming especially has got a whole host of penalties that have lost him time.
So there's a look then at Darth making his way towards the Elf chicane there, still sitting in 8th place. He's got 9 seconds to catch up on Kevlaro. Both of them have used the hard stints. ART Goof there in 9th, just making his way towards Renault. He's only 5 seconds adrift. And as you say there, Nico now in 10th position, a massive 52 seconds behind. And don't forget at the start of the race, Nico was battling with like the likes of Kofi and Darth, as you said there, not too long ago. And now here's Nico going to be lapped by Kofi.
I bet Nico will be wondering just
what could it be?
What he's done to put him in this position.
Further behind, who is that? Oh, putting a couple of wheels on the grass there. There's Nico there on the straight line. And that's going to put Kofi off there, because Kofi's just gone off there a little bit. Here's a replay then. Let's ride on board then with Kofi, because he misjudged his braking. Watch Nico move a little bit to the left there, flashes the lights. Oh, he just mistimed the braking. Yeah, Nico broke. Probably at his normal bit there, and Kofi didn't expect it to be braking that early. So with 2 hours...
Rascal,
oh, go on.
Rascal is actually catching back up to Alex, because Alex is having to fuel save so much. And even with a tyre disadvantage, Rascal's still catching up. Or at the very least, maintaining the gap. Because it was about 2.8, 2.9 a few laps ago. But it's coming down. It was as low as 2 seconds on this lap.
Do you think Rascal should pit now, even though he's got a bit more fuel in the car? Do you think he should go into the pits like probably this time by, knowing the fact that, you know, he's got the hard tyres out the way? He doesn't need to spend more time in the pits adding more fuel in the car.
I think that would be a very sensible choice from Rascal, because if he can get 2 more medium laps on Alex early on, then, you know, and not just that, he's, for the laps that he is going to be trying to drive back to the back of Alex, he's going to have 2 laps less fuel on each lap that he does. And as you can see, the gap has gone below 2 seconds now. So I think what Alex is doing is he's going because of the massive amount of pit loss, he's trying his absolute best to go without a pit stop.
And he's not fuel saving too, by the looks of it. He's still going. He's not a short shifting or in any way, shape or form. He's just going for it.
Who, Alex?
Alex is, yeah. He's not short shifted at all.
He is short shifting quite a bit. Not as much as he was before. Because I did see that he's shifting just as the red rev bar comes into view. But I think it would be quite smart of Alex to, well, I don't know actually, because the pit loss is so big.
I think Rascal should have pitted in this time by there.
Yeah.
I think he should have pitted in. He didn't need to put more fuel in. But now that he's going to have to do another lap, he's going to put a bit more fuel in. That's going to maybe cost a couple more seconds, and it's going to be less time for him to catch up to Alex if he's fuel saving.
Yeah, I think Alex is just not wanting to make a pit stop. So Rascal will come out a long way behind him. But I don't know, it depends if Alex runs out of fuel or not. He's got 16 laps left to do. He's on 75%, so in the last, since sort of like 57, 58, he's used 25%. So that's he's looking good now to go to the end on this sort of pace. Rascal has to pit again, so he's going to have to gain what? At least 2.5 seconds a lap.
That's pretty much like impossible, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's against Alex. That's going to be. He would earn his status if he did that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, DD Ranger's making his 10-minute stop. He's already 7 minutes into his 6 minutes into his stop. So he's going to be coming out. I don't know where he'll come out actually, but I don't think he has gone onto the hard tyres yet, so we will have to change to the hard compound tyres. It's now Alex is now into the lead, and Rascal does come into the pits. Yeah, I think he should have pitted in maybe 2 laps before that, because he didn't need to put in more fuel than what he should do this time.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's maybe made a slight
He missed the trick
there.
He missed the trick there.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see the battle for fourth, though, because Alex Teixeira has come out ahead of Alex Gaming, which just call this the battle of the Alexes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So,
Alex Teixeira was flashing.
Still has to pit, whereas Alex Gaming can go to the end, but he is on the hard tyres. Alex Teixeira has to pit in the next couple of laps, but he doesn't have to put a full tank in, and he can go straight onto the mediums. So he'll come out sort of like, oh, there's a yellow flag up ahead.
Oh, yellow flag there, so who's gone off there? Oh, I think I just seen it there. Was that Fubar? No, that wasn't Fubar. Who was that?
Possibly Spun going into the pits?
I don't know, I need to check a replay. I wanted to see who went off. Yeah, someone was going into the pits.
Alex Teixeira is in the pits now. So he's going to come out roughly 15 to 20 seconds.
It was Fubar. He made a mistake going into the pits, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Alex Teixeira is going to come out roughly 15 to 20 seconds behind Alex Gaming, I think. But he's going to have the tyre advantage and potentially less fuel as well, I think.
Also, just noticing now too was that Rascal came out in third. Kofi's now in second. But yeah, I mean, looking at Kofi's. Oh, something's happened.
It was just Fubar with his. He conceded on the pit exit to Alex Teixeira. Caught him a little bit unawares.
He also slowed down to let Alex go by too.
Yeah. Actually, looking at this, so Alex Gaming's in fourth with... He's good to go to the end on the hard tyres. Darth is 2 seconds behind, but he will have to pit again. Alex Teixeira is now on a fresh set of mediums with a full tank of fuel, about 23.5 seconds behind Alex Gaming. So he is going to have to gain a second and a half a lap, which is roughly... what who was that? Was it Sean in the comments said that it was about a 1.5 second gap between the tyres?
1.75 to 2.5.
So that's about the time that Alex Teixeira needs to gain on Alex Gaming per lap to be able to pass him by the end of the race. So this is looking up to be a very spicy battle for fourth.
Indeed, yeah. And Alex has got the lead right behind him to put him a lap down, and Alex getting sideways off of RACC into New Holland, flat out through there. So when Alex is going to put a lap on Alex, there's so many Alexes. There's like Alex Game and Alex Teixeira.
There's too many.
There's way too many Alexes. Come on, it's Alex time. So yeah, when Alex puts a lap on Teixeira, we're going to have only 5 cars on the lead lap after 66 laps.
Interestingly, so Rascal's gone into the pits. Kofi's got ahead of him.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
But Kofi...
Darth's gone ahead of... Darth has gone ahead of Alex, yeah. Now,
but he still has to pit, so Alex Gaming will finish ahead of him most likely.
I've just realised, yeah, because Alex Gaming is on the hard tyres, yeah, so that's how the pass was made, yeah.
But Kofi is 7 seconds ahead of Rascal with half a tank of fuel. Now, there's 14 laps to go, and he looks like he's fuel saving with the intention of not pitting again. So if he can keep his pace high enough and not have to pit again, he could finish second ahead of Rascal.
I always forget, has he done the hard tyres though?
Oh no, he hasn't.
He hasn't done the hard tyres yet.
He may be looking to do one stint of like 2 laps on the hard tyres, or one.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
That might be his plan.
I'm probably guessing out of all the drivers, what is Goof on? Goof is on mediums too, but I can't mind if he's done the hard tyres at all.
Yeah, I think Alex Gaming is the only person on the hards at the moment. Alex Teixeira looks like he's catching up a lot. Those last laps, Alex Gaming did a 48.2. Alex Teixeira did a 46 flat, so 2.2 seconds.
Oh, this could be a grandstand finish for fourth, as you said there, like.
It could be.
And he's actually keeping it
behind.
He's still not lapped though. Alex is he's not caught up to Teixeira too, so I don't know. I think it's a definite sign that Teixeira's, or maybe it's just the fact that Alex is just trying to conserve that bit more fuel.
Yeah, Alex is on mission. Don't pit.
I mean, if
Alex has the fuel to go to the end on full revs.
Well, looking at the lap times, you know, Alex is not into the 44s. You can see the lap times there: 45.9, 46.7, 45.7, 45.8, 45.7, 46.1, 45.8, 46.0, 40. So he's definitely fuel saving. He's not pushing like we have seen him do with going to the 44s. So
yeah, it seems like he's playing around even with fuel maps potentially, because you're not usually that slow from short shifting, like 1.7, 1.8 seconds off the pace. So he's maybe even resorting to fuel maps to save that fuel to not pit.
Right, let's have a look then at the battle then for effectively a battle for second. Kofi 6.8 he has over Rascal. Darth and 41 seconds back, but it is realistically the battle for fourth that we should be paying our attention to. There's a look at Alex Gaiman, and Alex is catching so much now, 18 seconds with 12 laps to go. I mean, if this is the way that it's going, then, you know, Alex can pass him with about 3 laps to go.
Yeah,
and more to the point where
for him.
And Darth is going to be pitting this time by, I reckon. So it's going to be interesting to see where Darth is going to come out. At this rate, he'll come up behind Alex Teixeira.
It depends how much fuel he's putting in, because he only has to put half a tank in.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So he'll only lose maybe 35 seconds, maybe.
I think he'll probably stick with the tyres that he's got now, just to save a bit more time. Well, let's see what Darth is going to do. I reckon he's not going to put on a new set of mediums, just put fuel in. So I reckon it's going to be like a splash and dash here for Darth, as he will make his final pit stop in with 12 laps to go. So that will put Alex Gaming into fourth. It's just a question of where Darth is going to come out, behind or ahead of Alex Teixeira, because Teixeira is flying in that Subaru.
So he entered the pits 20 seconds ahead, and a pit stop without fuel takes about 22, 24 seconds, I think. Plus 10 seconds of fuel, he's going to be at least... He might be battling with Kevlaro.
Let's see where Kev is then.
Kevlaro.
Yeah, and
he's just
and Kev actually couldn't get by DD Ranger too, so
although
there
he's
comes Darth.
Past. He's waving him past.
Yeah, and there goes Kev. So he's past DD Ranger, but didn't get by Darth. So Darth holds on to 6th.
So they've got pretty much the same fuel and the same level of tyre wear.
And meanwhile, looking back then at DD Ranger, nearly 4 seconds behind is this guy right here, Fubar. So we could have a potential battle for 13th place on our hands, barring the Fubar doesn't mess up, which I hope he doesn't. It's been a real baptism of fire, but you know, every credit for Fubar for doing this. Anyways, he's...
Yeah, I mean, the first step in any endurance race of this length is getting to the end, and that's an achievement in itself. To do, what's it going to be, like 2 hours and 30 minutes of racing, 2 hours 40 minutes of racing. It does take a lot out of you.
Oh, it really does, yeah.
It takes a lot out of me, and I'm just sitting here watching.
Here's a look then at Alex Tenier. The gap 16 seconds now he has behind Alex Gaiman, but Tenier's got some lap traffic ahead. He's got Antibiotic in the Peugeot just ahead, and still behind him is the race leader, and Alex not posing any sort of a threat to put Tenier a lap down. And the gap now down to...
So he's got exactly half a tank of fuel now, has Alex, so that's about what he needs. So he's looking good to go to the end. Kofi, on the other hand, is looking a little bit more in a worse situation, so he may just have to pit for safety, just for a quick splash and dash, but he's going to lose out his second spot to Rascal.
Yeah, but
with no threat to Alex Gamey behind.
But I'm guessing what you're saying could be correct, though. He may pit to do onto the hard tyres just for do a couple of laps, maybe one lap on those hard tyres.
Yeah, that seems like what he...
I think that's what I think that's what he's. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what he's trying to do.
But either way, he'll still most likely get a top 3, as Alex Gaming gets a 5/10 penalty as well.
Well, that's not going to help.
That's not going to help his cause against Alex Teniera.
No. And here comes the Furious 2 now all over the back of the Porsche. So that must be penalty like number 18 now for Alex Gaming, it feels like. So he'll burn it then on the start-finish straight there. Furious 2 will try and get some sort of a draft. And then he'll go by. But then Furious 2 will get the blue flags flying there. And there you can see in the background, there is Alex Tenier. You just saw them in the background, just leaving New Holland on the start-finish straight. And the gap is now down to 12.5 and still going down. And we've got 9 laps to go. It's definitely doable for Tenier to get a potential 4th place finish here. It's exactly 12 seconds now.
He needs about 1.2 seconds a lap, and he's currently lapping at about 1.4, 1.5 seconds faster. So he's looking good to sort of catch on the start of the final lap, giving himself 1 lap to overtake, which is cutting it fine, but it's doable.
And again, look at the consistent lap times that Tenier's doing. 45.5, 45.6, 45.8, 45.4, sorry. And compared that to Alex Gaiman, 48.1, 47.1, 47.2, 47.0. The only problem though with Alex Gaiman is he's got lap traffic to contend with, and that is Furious 2 in 11th position. So that's going to hold up Alex just that teensy bit more. As well as as well as Tenier though, because he's got Antibiotic there too. Let's have a look at the battle then for 14 places. Nico makes his last pit stop, I think. I'm just wondering if he has gone on to do the hard tyres yet. I can't mind if he has. Anyway, let's see what Nico's going to do. I think he has done the hard tyres, I reckon. Yeah, he must have done.
So the battle for 6 is looking sort of done and dusted now. I say that.
2 second penalty.
2 second penalty. That's going to allow Kevlaro right past.
And we'll ride on board with Kevlaro while Darth has to settle that 2 second penalty. And he's just going to go by.
Turn 1.
Oh, is he?
Or is Darth going to make it out ahead?
Oh, that's close. Just. Yeah, just about.
I think you'd think Kevlaro has to make his move now in order to have much of a chance.
Oh, bit of lag there from Kevlaro. Underneath the bridge then into Repsol they go now for the 72nd time. 2 hours and 20 minutes on the clock, nearly 140 minutes of racing we've done here in this endurance series. The Cata 80. Chosen TV saying good racing today. I hope you enjoyed the racing. So you've got a battle potentially maybe for 2nd, a battle potentially for 4th, and then you've got this battle for 6th and 7th. There's a look then at ART Goof, and you've got third place Rascal just behind him.
He's been holding Rascal up quite a lot in these last couple of laps, and that's allowed Kofi to pull out an extra 1.2 seconds over the last couple of laps. Kofi now into the 44s, although that last lap was a 46 dead.
Oh, just looking at Alex today and just noticing that Antibiotic has got a 1.5 second penalty. May have shortcutted 10-15. The second part now. And now Alex has found a way by both Antibiotic and Alex Tadeo. So that means we've got 4 cars now on the lead lap, as we've got 7 laps to go. But the gap up to about 9.9 seconds now. Yeah, that last lap there for Tino wasn't that good. A 46.6 there that was for Alex. Whereas
Gap's
Alex
now
Gaming...
10 seconds.
Well, Alex Gaming was slower, but not by much though. It was only like 0.2 slower. And Alex...
Kevlaro seems to be keeping with Darth a little bit now. Whereas previously he dropped off quite quickly.
J-Boy makes yet another pit stop there. I thought that would have been his last stop, although well, he's flashing red. I still can't mind if he has gone onto the hard tyres. I really cannot think if he has. We'll find out anyways.
I think this must be his pit stop onto the hards. I can't recall him using the hards during the race.
Never can I. But anyway, let's see what he'll do. And out he goes there. Put a bit of fuel in the car. He may come out just behind Nico. In fact, Nico's just gone by. Let's see. Yeah, he's on the hards now. Yep. And through went the Furious 2. So the Furious 2, and out comes Nico. So we've got a battle now for 10th. J-Boy versus Nico now. Oh, J-Boy losing it just a bit through Alf Chicane. And that's gifted Nico 10th position. I tell you what, that must have been a nasty thing, because behind him is the leader Alex.
Yeah. Although there is a tyre advantage here between J-Boy and Nico. Nico does have a lot more fuel and a lot worse conditioned tyres, so that might nullify the advantage a little bit.
Alex getting held up behind J-Boy. Now through Worth Curve they go there. Just saying about the battle with Alex Gaming to Alex Tania. There's a boatload of traffic that Tania has to get through. You've got the leader there too, and you've got also, well, you've got the leader Alex, like I said, but you've also got Nico and J-Boy that are battling for positions too.
J-Boy has almost shoved Alex off the track. He conceded on the inside, but then went back up the inside into the turn.
That must be
giving him a little tap for good measure.
Just to make good friends, though. That's all. Nothing more. I think that's a problem though for J-Boy, because no matter what, you got the leader behind you. You got the car that's also you're battling for position just ahead, so you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to surrender the position? Alex got half a second penalty now. I don't think that will cost him too much, though. That probably might be his first penalty of the whole race.
I think so. He's been very, very consistent.
What a naughty boy.
Throughout. Yeah. Well, 5 laps to go. And here's Alex Tania as well. He can possibly use Alex as a tow towards Alex Gaming, because the gap's now 8 seconds. He's not gaining as much as he needs to.
Kofi's in the pits. Kofi's in the pits. This will be the hard tyre stint now. So that's going to enable Rascal to go back up into P2. And Kofi will be in a safe third no matter what, because Alex Gaming's 1 minute and 6 seconds back.
Look at this traffic from Alex Tania's view. This is not what he wants. This is his worst nightmare at the moment. Alex now trying to get past J-Boy. J-Boy's trying to go up the inside of Nico.
There's contact!
Contact!
There was contact there!
And he's conceding on the racing line.
Oh, wow!
Oh, this is carnage here. That's not what we want to see. Luckily, Alex Tannier's got past. But that's not what we want to see. Conceding on the racing line from J-Boy. Quite dangerous.
Wow, that was oh. That was heart and mouth moment right there.
It was. But that's halted Alex's progress towards ACZ Alex. The gap's still 7.3 seconds.
Yeah, he's been touching the 46 now as Tannier, so he's not really gaining that much on Alex Gaming ahead. And again, them two are still battling for position. Look at this, Nico and J-Boy, that battle was not done. And look further back in the background though too, Antibiotic is also there too. He'll be there to pick up the pieces if J-Boy and Nico make contact yet again.
Yeah, I think Nico must have lost a bit of confidence from that spin at Kampsa, because he's got the tyre advantage but not managing to pull away.
And just look at the time difference there. Look at the lap times. They're so erratic. 50.3, 48.1, 47.1, 46.6. Then the 227, which I'm guessing he made the pit stop. But Antibiotic is actually there. We could see a three-car battle.
He's caught like 2.5 seconds this lap.
And that lap alone, don't forget the last lap as well, when J-Boy and Nico make contact at La Quaisa.
Yeah.
So Antibiotic can
really not help their cause.
Yeah, and you know, Antibiotic can smell blood here and can potentially get a top 10 finish here with 5 laps to go in that race though. But I think the leader, Alex, 38 seconds, he's got 3 laps to go, catching down Alex Gaming in 4th.
The gap's down to 4 seconds now with 4 laps but only 3 laps to go because he's a lap down. So both Alexes will only have until the end of lap 79.
Tannier's back into the 45s again, a 45.5 compared to Alex Gaming's 47.0. So that lap alone there, 1.5 second gain from Tannier over Gaiman. And the gap is still coming down though. Have a look at the battle then for 6th. Looks like Darth has freed himself away from Kevlaro. Goof sliding his way through the Elf chicane. Actually set his best lap there, 46.0. There's a look then at the Furious 2, who's still ahead of Alex Gaming.
Alex Tannier now setting his best sector 2. He's really wanting that 4th place. You just feel he's not catching as much as he needs to, because he's going to have 2 laps left coming onto this next lap. So he has to gain at like 2 seconds each lap.
He'll probably look back at those laps between 72, 73 and 75 when he was in the 46s. He would have been a hell of a lot more closer to Alex Gaming than what he was. Sets another 45.5. Alex Gaming now goes a lap down now, so we've got 3 cars now effectively on the lead lap now. Alex Gaming does a 47.8 there, so Alex Tannier gained on that lap alone 2.3 seconds there. again. Tenio goes blue in the first sector.
It may just be a little...
Sorry, their original J-Boy's down to 12th position. Antibiotic is up to 11th.
He's managed to make the pass.
Yeah, he did, yeah. We don't know where he's done it, though. Not unless if J-Boy's made a mistake, and he's actually catching up with Nico. It's right on board with Antibiotic, so... potential 10th place here now for Anti. Again, Nico very cautious on the curb on the exit of the camp, so he doesn't want to hit the auto spin curb again. Again, Anti going blue in sector 2. So he's on course for his best lap so far. Now into Europe car they go. Ooh, not too good there from Anti.
And Alex enters the final lap of the race.
Oh, so this will be also the last lap then with Alex Gaiman and Alex Lee. The gap 1.5 seconds then.
1.5. He's gained what he needs to. He's done a 45.0. His best lap of the race.
Compared to a 46.9 to Alex Gaming.
He has to push like mad on this last lap to even catch up, let alone pass. He's going to have to push so hard so that he can try and make a move into the hairpin. .1, 1.0.
Gaps coming down.
And lap traffic up ahead as well.
Yeah, that's been like that now for a good few while now.
Less than a second.
And
Oh,
he's
Alex Gaming.
Oh, that's gifted opportunity. Yeah, he's got about 9 corners to go. Yeah, it is. It's a penalty. That's gonna.
Oh, he's going to be headbutting himself for that. Because that's gifted 4th place away.
The pressure
back up the inside.
Oh, shuts the door. Hello there. Ho ho ho. I tell you what, that would have been some battle there if Gaiman didn't have that penalty. But anyways, let's have a look then at Alex there, making his way towards the RACC for the final time. Was a little bit nervy then.
42 seconds.
Was a little bit nervy when Rascal got ahead of him and pulled away, but you know, he held his own and he flashes the lights to take yet another victory. Alex wins the endurance race. Through comes the line, then goes Furious to Alex Tadia. What a drive from him to finish in 4th place. Gaiman slamming the wall in frustration. They will get up 5th place. That would have been a good thing there. Look at this battle then for 10th place, and it's Original Boyd that's got into 10th place. And Antibiotic finishes in 11th, so Nico was down to 12th place. So something happened to Nico on that lap alone to make him fall from 10th to 12th.
Yeah, he's got a 2-minute 5-second lap time. He must have spun.
He must have spun or must have made contact there. DD Ranger comes across the line in 13th place. Then here comes Fubar. 2nd place will go to Rascal, nonetheless there. And then we have to wait quite a while there to see Kevlaro, Dar finishes 6th, Kevlaro 7th, ART Kufa finishing 8th place, Furious 2 we said there in 9th, and now we just got to wait for Kofi to cross the line and finish in 3rd position. Well, Kofi, very aggressive early on in the race, especially battling with Darth, but sort of calmed down a bit. Oh goodness, that was
a bit hairy.
That was, that was heart and mouth moment there. And there you go, that is the results right there.
Yeah, congratulations to Alex for taking yet another endurance victory. Very, very solid drive there.
So I'm just eating the caramel wafer. Hang on. Fortunately, you go. I should be doing this on stream, hold on. Alright, there we go. So, unofficially, Alex wins by 44 seconds over Rascal. Kofi was 1 minute and 11 behind. Alex Tadeo, great drive from him to finish in 4th position. Alex Gaiman will be gutted to finish in 5th place after picking up the penalty on the last lap. Darth Nihilus in 6th. Kevlar will finish in 7th. ART Goof 8th. Furious 2 9th. The original J-Boy in 10th. Antibiotic in 11th. Nico wasn't really the same after the spin at Campsa. He finishes in 12th place. DD Ranger 13th. And Fubar round out the field in 14th. So what did you think of the race then, Inman?
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Looked like an absolute grind for those that were racing, but yeah, overall a very good race. Very, very enjoyable.
Yeah. So yeah, my massive thank you to Inman for co-commentating with me. And I think we'll end the stream right here. So this has been the ARC Cata 80 lap event. J-Boy just doing a bit of swearing in the chat there, not good. But anyways, when they broadcast, so I've been Savvy. And, oh, sorry. And we will see you again tomorrow for the Clio Cup. And we'll see Inman out on track and then hopefully beat Alex again.
Yeah, hopefully.
See you all later.
All right.